Good evening, good morning. Welcome to you all. I hope my voice is audible, guys. So just provide me confirmation so that I can proceed. Okay. Okay, thanks for confirmation. So yeah, good evening, good morning. So let's get started. So today we are going to start this day 3 session. Right here we are going to discuss how we can implement this React project and its deployment to the cloud. Okay, Azure cloud. As of now, in the day 1, day 2, we learn right what is the different, what is the AI in short, what are the different LLM models and its integration using the AWS Bedrock and AWS Sagemaker services. Right, and yesterday session we tried to understand what is the RAG architecture in theoretically. So we will implement one of the project guys, okay, using the RAG architecture. Initially, what we'll do, so we're going to explore, okay, the way of implementation of this project. So we required some library to implementation, right? We are using the LangChain framework. We are required the different libraries to implement this different document loader, different chunking strategy, different MBD models, right? Different vector stores, and this is how we are going to implement this RAG architecture today's session. And once this done, we are going to plan for this deployments over the cloud also. Okay, so I hope this is the pretty much clear today's agenda for discussion. Any questions so far? No questions? Okay, all right. So let's get started. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, just 1 second, guys. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah. So guys, do you want to means only project deployment implementation or deployment also? Yes. What do you think? Just project implementation or it's deployment also? Okay, both. Okay, great. And CI/CD also, along with CI/CD, deployment also in the including CI/CD. I will think right whether this time permit we will go for the CI/CD also, right? But let's see how this right. So we are going to start with the with. Okay, sure. No worries. I will take all this, right? I will try to cover this, but it will take some time, guys. Okay, I need your patience, okay, and concentration, okay, so that we can proceed further. So before starting, what we'll do, so I'm going to create one GitHub, right? Because we are going to deploy this from the GitHub, right? So let me create one of the repository in the GitHub. Okay. So here what I'll do, I'm going to create this one of the GitHub repo. Let me log into the GitHub. Okay, I'm going to create one of the repository, new repository. Okay, so we are going to call this as a uh, policy chatbot. Okay, so compliance policy chatbot. This is the banking project. I will set up this context before starting this. Okay, this is a compliance policy chatbot we are going to create. Okay, so before getting into that, let me set up this right the context what project we are going to implement. So we are taking this one of the project from the medical and finance domain. Okay, so this domain is a medical, sorry, not medical, which is a finance and a bank insurance domain. Okay, so there are the lots of PDF guys. Okay, there are lots of compliance PDF manuals, regulatory findings, right? Or internal policy documents are there, right? And to search, right? Most of the times we this business, right? People's customers or people's employee need to work across these different PDFs, different manuals, different documents through manual search, and it will take in the time processing, right? It's a really time-consuming process to search on the different documents right manually. Sometimes we don't know where this document is present, and we'll waste our time to search for the document where it is located. Actually we have to come up with a, we have to reach out to different persons, right, different authority to get the access to the different documents. And then after getting the documents, there are the lots of documents in the actual industry, right? So we have to search through which document is relevant to my particular requirement, right? We have to search across this. and it will consume lots of time, right? So this is the problem, right? So this is the problematic situation, right? We have to overcome this problem, right? This problem in the industry, right? So here what we'll do, so whenever we are trying to search manually, it's take the lots of time and it's a waste of time, right? Increase the compliance risks or misinterpretation of can lead the multi-dollar fines to the industry, because sometimes what we'll do, we can refer some extra different documents, right? Which is actual which document is required, other than we are required, so we are searching for the which incorrect document, right? Due to this, we don't know the which correct document is there. Okay, so these are the some of the challenges we are going to face in the day-to-day life in the industry. Okay, so here what we'll do, we are going to understand this problem. Okay, and we are going to solve this problem. Okay, so we have the different PDF document, different, there are the different document format. Okay, PDF will be there, docs will be there, text will be there, there are the lots of file, uh, uh, this document format will be there. Accordingly, we have to load this document, we have to collect this, and we have to set up the vector store as a knowledge base, so that as a central knowledge base we can access and we can solve this problem, right? By asking the different question, we can pass this different question to the right this knowledge base and we'll get the answer. Okay, so this will reduce this, we can solve this problem by implementing this chatbot, rack based chatbot. In this we are going to implement this whole right the documents we are going to store in the central document store as a vector store. So these are the challenges we understood. Okay, and you can see there are the, this is the problem, right? And there are the, in the PDF we have the thousands of PDFs, right? These are the related to different document, different policy, compliance policy related documents. And if you are manually search, it will take the time. It is slow process and error prone also. It is sometimes we can find the incorrect document, right? It is time consuming for the audits, reporting, client onboarding. Okay, so this in that case sometimes, right, we are getting this incorrect document, sometimes we will getting the incorrect result also, right, by referring this. So this is the sometimes we got this, right, the problematic situation, right, some fines, lawsuit or reputation damage. Okay, so these are the things we need to overcome and the challenges we are going to solve. So here you can see these are the documents are long page. Okay, means I have the multiple PDFs. Okay, multiple pages, and sometimes we have the unstructured document, right, in the table data, text data, right, and different formatting, right. So these are the challenges in the document. So we are going to utilize this document with the help of different loaders and different embedding model and chunking strategy to handle this. Okay, then accuracy in the complex document is very important. Okay, so we are using the RAG approach here. Okay, to solve this hallucination problem, all this. And this document we are going to only if the we are going to provide this if the context is available in this knowledge base. On top of this, we are going to provide the answer, we are generating the answer from this chatbot application, so that it will strictly, right, document based answer, question answer will be there. Okay, so there is a chance of producing this hallucination problem. And we are going to use the fast inference, right, at the we are whenever we are searching through the manually, it's very time consuming, right, it's really uh, time consuming process to search on, right, and we'll have to stuck there at this point of time, right. So it will make very faster to search and get the relevant document, relevant response from the particular documents URL, right, so that we can this person can refer that document, can read out this document and get the information which is required for him. Okay, so this is how we are going to address these challenges. In the technical architecture, what we will do in the front end, guys. Okay, in the front end we are going to implement the Streamlit applications, where we are going to upload this document and we are going to set up this question answering chatbot. Okay, so in the backend we are going to create this RAG pipeline. Okay, to process this document, create the chunking, embedding, and the question answering chain. Okay, and embedding layer will be there, retrieval layer will be there. Means we are going to utilize some different embedding models, some vector stores we are going to utilize to set up this knowledge base. Okay, and different LLM layer, right? Different LLMs we are going to try out. Okay, so one of them we will try today, GPT-4. How we can try it out, or GPT-5 also we can try it out. And deployment, at the last we are going to deploy on the Azure web app. Okay, in the Azure cloud. Initially we'll understand, right, how can utilize this AWS Bedrock services, AWS Sagemaker services. Okay, but now we are going to understand this Azure cloud. Okay, some of the services from Azure cloud. For now we are just concentrating on the Azure web server. Later part we'll discuss on the Azure AI Foundry, Azure machine learning. Okay, different components are there with respect to this AI services. We'll explore later part, but as today discussion will be the Azure web app deployment. Okay, and then I will provide this one architecture diagram for this also. Okay, and then we have the different document loader, chunking strategy. We are going to explore the front end. What is the impact of this, right? So I have prepared this all this question answering for your preparation guys. We can prepare this project end to end. Okay, I will provide this whole this document as well as this question answering. What are the possible question answering will be there on this project. Okay, so I hope this problem statement is clear. Shall we proceed with the implementation? Any questions so far? Yes, guys. No questions? Okay, all right. So we will proceed further for the implementation purpose. Now you can see we are going to create this one chatbot, this GitHub repository, so that we can utilize this GitHub repository for the implementation purpose, deployment purpose. Okay, this is the compliance policy chatbot I'm going to create, and this is the visibility is public because everyone can access this. And we are going to add this README file also, right? So we can going to add this README file, and then we are going to create this repository. Okay, so as of now guys, see we have created this this repository. Okay, there is nothing inside the repository. This is the empty, completely empty. I'm going to clone this repository. How do I clone? So just click on this code, and there is a way guys. Okay, this is the how you can just copy this HTTPS. Okay, and now I'm going to open this VS code. Okay, locally we are going to do this implement. We can do in the AWS also, not an issue guys. Already we saw right how to implement. Okay, so we are going to open this. Let me open the new folder. Okay, all right. So let's select this folder. Okay, so now guys see, okay, we require some of the files folder need to be created here. Okay, so for that purpose we need to write a one script. Okay, so we can do it right manually also. Let's suppose I want to create some exploration folder, like suppose exploration notebook. Okay, exploration dot ipynb. Okay, I can create this manually. And then I required some of the requirement.txt, app.py files, right? Some of the models required. So instead of doing these things manually, guys, okay, what we'll do, so we are going to write one script and we can automate this. Okay, so what are the folders we required, what are the files we required, we are going to automate these things, all this. Okay, so as of now, what I'll do, I'm going to delete this. I'm not going to create this manually. Okay, just I'm going to create only one file manually. A later part, we are going to create this. All the folder structure is completely automating. Okay, so you can see I'm going to create this template dot py file. Okay, template dot py file. So here is some code, guys. Okay, so I can write this manually, but it will time taking. Let me paste this code. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, so now you can see we are going to create, guys. Okay, what will do? We are going to create. We are going to create the source code. Okay, this is the source code. In the source code, we require these embeddings, document loaders, chunking strategy, vector store, a rack pipeline, different LLM integration, then config file. Later part, I will explain what is the importance of config file. This is the .env file for this, storing the secrets. And this is the setup.py for the storing our setting of the package. Okay, then we have the requirement.txt file will be required, and some app.py file, the application purpose, right? And some exploration notebook will be created here. Okay, so we'll understand first of all exploration notebook. Later part we are going to work on the source code building. Okay, so this is the list of files and directory we'll be creating here. and this is a logger file. Okay, so this is the logging, just just for the login purpose, right? So one by one file we are going to create now. So it will going to showcase this how it is created. Okay, so now you can see here the file path in the list of files means we have the list of files here, right? It is stored in the list of files here. Some of the directories list of files. We are going to iterate this list of files, and here we are going to utilize the path variable, right? So we are going to pass, means path means it is to just handle this, right? Sometimes in the window, sometimes in the we are working on the right window machine, or sometimes we are in the some of the Mac Linux machine, right? So it will handle this different path, forward slash, backward slash. For that purpose we are utilizing the path variable. Okay, inside this we are passing this path variable, right, in the path, so it will handle this. Okay, we don't have to worry about this. Then you can see here we are going to split this path. Okay, what is the file path? Let's suppose this is the file path, is this one. So we are going to split this. Okay, the first one is the directory. Let's suppose this is the source is the directory, and this is the file path. We are going to create this init file. This is the another folder is the source is the directory. Then this is the file embedding. Okay, so we are going to split this file in the folder directory and file name, and then we are going to check if the directory is not exist. Okay, then we are going to make this directory. Okay, if the directory is, as of now we don't have any source directory, right? We don't have any source directory. We are going to create this source directory. Okay, so we are going to os.make directory. If the directory is ready, already exists, then it will not going to create this directory. Okay, so that is the reason we have exist equal to true. Why? Because if the directory is already exists, it will not going to create this another directory with the same name. Okay, if the directory, as of now we don't have any directory, so we are going to create this directory os.make directory. It will going to create the folder. Okay, and we are passing this file directory. So here we are in the file path, we got this file directory and file name. Okay, file directory is nothing but the this one, src is the directory, and this is the init is the one file. Let's suppose another, we can say this is the data is the one directory, this is the another directory, and we have the file. Okay, this is the exploration another directory, we have the another file also, right? So this is how we are able to split this file path, and we are getting the file directory and the file name. Okay, then we are going to create this if the file directory is empty. Okay, not equal to this, right, empty string. Okay, in that case we are going to create this directory, and then in that case what will do if the file created file directories doesn't exist. So then we are going to create this. Okay, we are checking this condition. If not os.file os.path.exist, file path is not exist, or file the size of file path is equal to 0, then we are going to write the file path, means what is the file name you got it. Okay, different file, this one embeddings in init document loader chunking. Okay, we are going to create this. Then we are going to log this file path is created. If the file path is already existed, then we are going to else part, we are going to write this information file is already existed. And if this is the not executed, then we are going to log this as a the file while we are creating the file path. Okay, so now we can see I'm going to execute this. Okay, before execution, guys, what I'll do, so let me execute this Python. Okay, so where is the command prompt here? Okay. So let me deactivate this. Okay, so now I'm going to run this Python template.py file. Okay, let me save this. Okay, now you can see this whole structure is created, guys. Okay, so instead of doing this manually, what we did, so we have just created this one script, and based upon this script, we have created our whole folder structure, right? You can see the data folder is there. We are keeping this data here. Then exploration folder is there, where we are going to explore this notebook file initially. Then project preparation for guys, I will provide the notes here. Okay, I will provide the all the notes related to this project. We can refer this. Okay, here. Then this is the source code. Okay, in the source code, we are going to build this source code. In this, we are going to create this Docker, this document loader, chunking strategy, embeddings, LLM integration. As of now, it's empty completely, but we are going to build up this source code after the exploration notebook. Okay, then we are going to create this app.py file. Here we are going to write the front-end application. This is the backend, right? In the backend, we are going to develop the source code. In the front end, we are going to develop this application.file. This is the requirement file with all the packages. What are the packages we are going to develop? we are going to install. Here we can going to maintain that all the packages. The setup.py file is nothing but the creating the packages, guys. Okay, for that purpose, we are going to utilize this setup.py. As of now, just we have created this template.py file, right? So till this point, any questions so far? All clear? No questions? Okay, all right. So just the how we have created this, okay, this folder structure without manually. We don't have to create the manually, guys. Okay, write the script. Okay, and we have to execute, right? So we can here we can add the required files folder. We can modify here in the script, and we can execute this script. Okay, one time, so that all the folder structure will be created here. So now what we'll do? So we are initially, guys. Okay, we are not going to directly source code development. Okay, what we'll do? So initially we are going to have the exploration notebook. Okay, we are going to create the one exploration notebook, but for that purpose we require to set up this environment, right? So I'm going to set up this environment. Let me, I think I have not included the readme.py file. Okay, so here I was actually, I need to clone this repository. Okay, let me clone this. What I'll do, so let me create this new window. Okay, I will clone this repository actually first of all. So here, yeah, clone the repository. I will paste the repository URL link, whatever I have pasted, right? So here we have created this repository now. I'm going to paste here. Just copy, clone repository. We are going to paste the URL. Okay, and then I'm going to paste in this recently created, right? So this is the React project implementation. I'm going to paste here. It will take some time. Open this. Okay, you can see this is the repository is clone, guys. Okay, this repository is clone. Just I will copy paste this this previous file. Just 1 second. Okay, this template.py file I will copy here. Okay, in this new repository we have created now. So here I am going to create it again. Templates.py file. Okay, I'm going to paste this file. Okay, I'm going to execute this. Select the command prompt. Okay, so let me deactivate this. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to execute this again. Okay, just I have cloned this repository, and then now I'm going to create here the file folder. Okay, template.py file. Okay, now you can see these files are created, guys. Okay, all the files and folders are created. I hope now you can got the clarity, right? How we can just clone this. Initially, we have to clone it, and then we have to start this the creation of this folder structure and files, right? As of now, we are clear this point. Okay, let me clarify this. Okay, so now guys, see, I'm going to update this readme file. Okay, I'm going to update this readme file. Okay, so here is the folder structure I will going to showcase. What is the folder structure? So this is the folder structure about this project. Okay, you can see this is the compliance policy chartbot, or you can say assistance. One second. Okay, all right. So we can see here. Okay, this is the our chatbot application, right? Here is the app.py for the Streamlit purpose front end. This is the back end for the source code. This is the config file for we are going to maintain this all this configuration, whether we are going to use the which document loader, which LLM models, right? What are the configuration we are going to maintain in this config.py file. I will explain later part. As of now, we are not going to into that. Okay, requirement dot for the dependency for this application. Dot env for the storage the environment variables, say API key, right? Secrets. And git ignore is nothing but we are going to ignore this .ini file, okay, cache, then some package file we are not going to pass in the GitHub. For that purpose, we are using the GitHub .ignore file. The data, in the data we are going to store this is the sample data folders here, right? Data files. Then exploration, we are going to create this notebook file and we are going to explore, start the experiment in this different approaches, right? And this is the project preparation for this. Here guys, I will provide the documentation here and setup for the setup the package, right? And this is the list of folder we have created in our this files and folders. Okay, so far we are good, right? So now what I'll do, let me go back. So now I'm going to update this, guys. Okay, first of all, what are the steps I'm going to create here now? I'm going to write here. Okay, one by step. Okay, setup environment. Okay, so we have to set up this environment, guys. Okay, so how do I set up this environment? So we have to write the command. So we are going to write this command dash. Okay, Python -m virtual environment. We are going to create this virtual environment. So we have to write this VNV, and this is the name of virtual environment. This is the VNV or anything, any name you can give it. Okay, so we are going to write this. So I will go back to this command prompt. I'm going to type this command. Okay, I'm going to create one virtual environment. Now you can see, guys, here is the .env file is created, right? The folder is created. If you see here, .env folder is created. And inside this there is a script is created, right? Inside the script there is activate.bat is there, right? Activate.bat. Just copy this, copy relative path, just paste here. Okay, now you can see this virtual environment is created. Okay, so now we have created this virtual environment. Now I'm going to write here activate virtual environment. Okay, we are going to activate this virtual environment. For that purpose, we are going to write as a this command. Okay. Okay, all right, guys, till this point, yes, any questions? Okay, all right, we are right. So we have created this virtual environment. We are going to utilize this virtual environment. Why? Because, guys, if you not created the virtual environment, no, so there will be some mismatch of the packages. Okay, locally we have the different packages and our machine have the different packages. Okay, so to avoid this mismatch, we are going to create this one isolated environment. So what are the dependencies required for this application to run? So we are going to maintain as an isolated environment. Okay, that is called virtual environment. Okay, so that is the reason we have to create this virtual environment in the industry also. This is the best practice. Okay, create the virtual environment and then install this virtual all the dependencies in the virtual environment. Okay, now what I'll do. So here, okay, in the library, guys. Okay, if you see the library, there is only PP is there. Okay, package manager is there. PP is the system package manager. As of now, we don't have installed any library. Okay, whenever I'm going to install this library, it will going to install here in this library. Okay, so let me go to the exploration part. As of now, we are working on the exploration part only. Then later part, we are going to move on to the source code. So let me go to the exploration. I'm going to write the code here. And here, guys, we need to select this kernel. Okay, so we have to install this this environment, right? This virtual environment. We are going to select this because we have created this. Let me try out whether this is working or not. So we need to install this IPONV, right? So for this install running this, we require to install this IPONV file. Okay, so let me install this requirement.txt here, or directly I can install this here. Pip install IPI kernel. Okay, so I'm going to restart this kernel. Let me restart this. Okay, let me install this. Actually, sometimes my system is not connected in this kernel. Okay, so if there is issue persist, we'll explore on the Colab notebook, not an issue. What are the things we are doing in the VS Code now? Same thing we are going to the Colab also, not an issue. So let's check whether it is connecting or not. Okay, it's actually taking lots of time. It should not be take. Okay, this is the actually issue at the system level. Okay, this kernel is not connecting. Okay, it generally face this issue. Okay, no worries. What I'll do, I will going to implement this project exploration part in the VS Colab. Okay, this Google Colab guys. Okay, instead of doing here, I will just same things I will going to showcase in the Google Colab. Okay, so it is some issues there. So let me go to here, Google Colab. I'm going to create this new notebook. Okay, still it is connecting. No worry. Okay, so we same code we are writing here. Okay, just it is the same no IP1 notebook we are going to create. Okay, so now what I'll do, so we are going to write this code, right? So we will get started writing the code. Okay, so first of all, guys, okay, first of all, what we'll do, so we require document. Okay, I will showcase the document, which document we are going to utilize. So this is the policy document, guys. Okay, this is the financial policy and procedural manual is there. Okay, so this is the document we have. They have the multiple policy to complaint document, guys. Okay, this is the one of the sample document I have gathered. Okay, but you can see there are the multiple documents in this document. So they have provided some, right, the policy related. Okay, you can see some of the financial policy related documents is there, right? So this is the some compliance related document is there. So they have this background information related policies are there, related forms are there, some table data is there, some of the bullet point data is there, right? Some title heading is there, some bullet points, right? So this is the data we have. Okay, and some tabular data means the text plus tabular data is there. Okay, we have to handle this text plus tabular data. So our objective is to capture this data, text data, and this table data very much clearly. Okay, so this is how this document is there. Okay, and let's say how we can implement, right? We can create this knowledge base, we can load this document, and we are going to create these embeddings and we are going to store in the vector store. Okay, so let me upload this document here. This is the file, guys. You can see in the left panel we have the file bold here, and here is the option, right? You can upload this document here. Okay, so I'm going to upload this document. Okay, let me search this document. Okay, this is the document we are going to utilize. Just upload it here. It will take some time to upload. Yeah, it is uploaded. So now first step, what is the first step in the yesterday session? Okay, we understood how we can implement this RAG architecture. So we have the documents, having the PDF, docs file or text file. We are going to load this using the different document loader. Okay, then we are going to go for the chunking strategy. Okay, first step is to load this document. Okay, so we are going to. Okay, so we have the document loading. This is the first step. In the first step, what we'll do? Just 1 second, guys. Okay. Okay, so we are going to load this document, and this is the PDF document, guys. Okay, this is the PDF documents. We have the different loaders are there, right? For the loading this PDF document, we have the different loaders. What are those? PyPDF is there, right? PyPDF is there. PyMu PDF is there. Okay, PyMu PDF is there. PDF Plumber is there. Okay, PDF Plumber is there. PDF Miner is there. Okay, then we have this unstructured is there. Okay, and then we have this PyMu PDF for LLM. Okay, so these are the different document loader we have, and there is unstructured also there. Okay, there is an unstructured loader also there. Unstructured loader. How do you see the different document loader, guys? Okay, this is the, let's suppose I have the only PDF data, right? But let's suppose in the right, we have the different document loader, text document loader, web-based document loaders we required, right? So how do we check where we have? If you go to the LangChain GitHub, okay, if you go to the LangChain GitHub, there is a library is there, guys. Okay, go to the library. In this library, we have to check what are the different. This is the LangChain previous version, LangChain Classic. Okay, in the LangChain classes, there are the document loaders. You can see here there are lots of document loaders, guys. Okay, if you go to the init, okay, so you can see there are the multiple document loaders here available, right? HTML, OneDrive loader, PyPDF. Okay, you can see PyMe PDF loader is there, directly loader is there, PyPDF loader is there, right? So these are the Python loader is there. Okay, recursive loader is there. Okay, these are the different loaders. You can see S3 bucket, right? For the S3 AWS S3 file loader. Then we have the Slack loader, SharePoint loader is there. You can see here. LLM loaders, S3 folder loader, S3 directory. Then we have the text loader, right? As per the requirement, guys. Okay, we have to utilize this which loader we are required. As of now, we require the PDF loader, right? So this is the PDF loader. We have the variants. Okay, so we are going to use one of them. Okay, this PyMe PDF is the, guys. This is the very best for this text plus table data. Okay, this is the very good for the text plus table data. This PyPDF is only best for this text data. Okay, text data only best for the text data whenever you have the text data, but PyME work better with this text as well as the table data. Okay, and this unstructured loader is there from the LangChain. Okay, or unstructured library is there separately. So we are replace this the data which have in the text, which have in this table and images also, right? In that case, it will very helpful. Okay, this unstructured loader. Okay, as of now, we have this text and table data. So we are going to try with this PyMe PDF. Okay, we can try with this miners. Okay, this is also good PyMe PDF for the LLM also, new extension of this PyMe PDF also. Okay, so as of now, we are going to try it out. Okay, this option, but later part, guys, you can try it out this option also. Okay, later part. So we'll go with this. Okay, so now we have to install this. Okay, so PyMe PDF, we are going to utilize this one of the document loader. So I'm going to install this. So pip install PyMe PDF. All right. So now we can see we have just installed this, right? This document loader. Okay. The first step is to we have to load this document. Okay, guys. We have to load this document. So how do we load this document? We have to write this. We have to import this, right? So now we have installed this. Now we are going to import this. Okay. From 1 second. Okay. So now what we'll do, guys? Okay, we have installed this PyMe PDF. Okay, so now we are going to load this document. Okay, so we are going to load this document. So we for that purpose, okay, so PyMe PDF we install. So we have to install this some of the LangChain library also, right? So we are utilizing some LangChain library also. Okay, so let me install this. Pip install LangChain, LangChain community. Yes, any question, guys? We are going to utilize this LangChain community. Some of the packages we are getting from the LangChain community, and some of the packages we are getting from the LangChain and LangChain core itself. Okay, so this is how we are going to install this LangChain community. So let me check any doubts. Can we use the if else loop in case we don't have the know the specific data format? Yes, definitely. Yes, Amit, you are correct. We can use the right different if else statement, right? If the data is the PDF file, so we can use the PDF loader. If the data is the text, then we use the text loader. If the data is there, web-based, where is the web-based loader, right? We can create this if else statement. Absolutely correct. Okay. So here, LangChain. Okay, I made this LangChain community. Okay, okay, great. So you can see it will install this LangChain community and LangChain. All right. So now we can see, guys, we are using this PyMe PDF, okay, from this LangChain community. Okay. If you go to the LangChain GitHub now, let me go to the LangChain GitHub. Okay. So they have maintained this, right? So they have maintained this LangChain core. Okay. They have maintained this different variants of this LangChain. Okay. So there are the uh, LangChain core and LangChain community is there. Okay, community means nothing but the community is going to write this. We are going to some of the contribution to this LangChain, right? So this all these packages coming from the community. So LangChain team is working there to develop this LangChain components, right? So the community is also there, like ours, right? We can develop our own package and we can publish it in the LangChain community. They will approve and then it will give this, right, permission, right, to upload there our packages also to the LangChain community. Okay, this is the open source community, right? So as of now, we install this. Okay, let me import this from LangChain community. Okay, there is a LangChain classic is there. Okay, so nowadays, guys, they have right updated this LangChain package to the LangChain version 1. Okay, they have the previously all the packages they have. Okay, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. They have moved into the LangChain classic. Okay, if you see here, there is the if you go to the library. Okay, this is the LangChain Classic, guys. Okay, LangChain Classic, all this previous version, they have maintained the LangChain Classic here. Okay, LangChain Classic, you can find all the document loader embeddings, all this stuff. Okay, but nowadays they have come up with this LangChain V1 version. Okay, 1.0, 1.2, 1. Right, this is the LangChain. Okay, this is the updated package. In the updated, they have just keep these messages, embedding, chat model, and tools. Okay, but whenever we have to utilize the document loaders, vector stores, we are going to utilize from this LangChain Classic. Okay, so that is the one thing. So now you can see we are going to utilize this LangChain loaders. Okay, so LangChain community, we are going to use the document loader. Okay, document loader. In the document loader, we are going to use the PyMe PDF. Okay, so we are using the PyMe PDF. And now we are going to create this object of this. Okay, we are going to pass this here loader equal to this PyMe PDF loader, and we are passing this file, right? You can see this is the file. Just copy this path and paste here. Okay, all right. Once this loaded, we are going to load this document. Then we are going to check this document. Okay, so document equal to loader dot load. Okay, we are using the loader dot load this document. And let's see the document. Okay, so now we can see we are able to load this document successfully, right? This is the lengthy document. Okay, so this is how we have loaded this document. Okay, from this PDF file. Okay, so now we are checking this, right, one by one document. Okay, there are the multiple documents will be created here. So we are going to check one by one document, length of document, what are the pages in that particular PDF file. Okay, so we are going to check. Let's suppose this is the document. We are checking the document length. Okay, there are the 20 pages in the document. And now let's suppose I want to check the document. Okay, the type of this document. Okay, list. Okay, this is the list. Then how do you access the list, guys? By its index, right? So how do you access by its list by its index? So documents list by access by its index 0, 1, 2. As 0th index, we have this data. Okay, now you can see in the 0th index, what is the we are getting the document metadata. Metadata means this is the right the document created. Okay, citation when it is created, what is the source of this document, and it's the content, right? So this is the procedure, file name is there, file path is there. Okay, the total pages are there, what is the format of this, what is the title of this. Okay, so all these things are there. Okay, and after that we can see here the page content is there. Okay, in the page content we have the financial policy procedure manual. If you see this document, okay, this is the page content we got. Okay, and here, okay, so we got here approved by audit committee. Then okay, let me print out this. It will more easier to see this. Okay, so now you can see we got this, right? This complete data. Okay, this is the page content, procedure manuals, then content one, introduction, the this bank account, page number 3. The third point is the pretty cash, page number 3. Okay, if you see here, this document, the introduction in the page number 2, bank account page number 3, the pretty cash page number 3. This is how we are able to load this data very well. Okay, and in the first document, till this point, guys. Okay, first document, appendix 15, appendix 6. Okay, appendix 6, 19. So we got this till this point. Okay, you can see here we got this point we got this. Okay, so let me check this another document. Okay, document 2. Okay, document 0, we check the index 0. Now we are checking the index 1. Let me print out this also. Okay, now you can see we got the introduction here, right? In the document 1, we got the introduction. In the introduction, if you see here, okay, after that we got the introduction, right? This one, this information we got in the document 1, index 1, index 0, we got this information, index 0. Till this point we got the information, right? The index 2, right? Index 1, we got this information like this. Likewise, we have the 20 documents, right? So in the 20 documents, we got the different data is loaded. Okay, page content is loaded like this. Right? What is the next step, guys? After the loading? Yes, anyone can tell me? Yes. Yes, guys. After the loading the documents, what is the next step? If you see here, okay, after loading the document, we have to go for the chunking strategy, right? So there are the multiple chunking strategy there. Yes, yes, I will share this GitHub repository later part. Okay, I will share this. Okay, okay. So now you can see, guys, after right. So we have to go for the chunking, right? Correct. So what are the different chunking strategy we have? Can anyone tell me? Okay, step 2 is the go for the chunking, splitting of this data, right? We are going for the splitting of the data using the different chunking strategy, right? Different chunking strategy. We are going to split the data using the different chunking strategy. Okay, so there are multiple chunking strategy are there, right? Some, let's suppose I want to keep this one document as one chunk. Okay, one document as one chunk I can keep. Okay, you can see there is a one document, right? This is the one document. I can keep this document level chunking. Okay, or I can keep this as a character level chunking. Okay, some character level, text level, right? Character splitter is there. Then recursive character splitter is there. Okay, recursive character splitter are there. Okay, so these are the different splitters are there, guys. Okay, recursive character, document, text splitter. Okay, so how do you check how do you find this? If you go to the LangChain GitHub, okay, if you go to the LangChain come on this classic, and there is a, guys, we can see there is a splitters. Okay, different chunking strategy are there. Okay, different chunking strategy are there. Okay, document loader are there. Chunking, okay, it is not shown here. Okay, but you can see here chunking strategy, I think it's not there. Okay, but you can see the document, this documentation. Okay, let me, in this I think they have come up with the different. Okay, let me go to the text splitter. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, they now in LangChain 1, this is the updated LangChain package, and this is the text splitter, guys. Are you able to see? Yes, this is the text splitter. In the text splitter, we have the LangChain text splitter is there. Okay, if you go to the LangChain text splitter, and there are the different types of splitter. Okay, language splitter is there, text splitter is there, tokenizer is there, token text splitter is there, split on the tokens, right? Characters text splitter is there, recursive characters text splitter is there, element type is there, HTML header type splitter is there. Okay, different types of splitters are there, guys. Okay, JSON file splitter is there. Okay, so these are the different types of splitter we have. Lots of splitter you can see. We can utilize one of them. Okay, so as of now we are going to utilize this recursive character splitter. Okay, this one. So let me copy this. Okay, so this how You can try with this character splitter, other types of splitter, guys. But as of now, I'm going to try with this only recursive character splitter. Okay. So why I'm going for this recursive character? There is some logic behind it. So you can see, okay, I'm going to install this package pip install langchain text splitter. Okay, langchain text splitter. We have to install this, right? Okay, all right. So now we are going to utilize the recursive character splitter, right? So we have imported this now. So we are going to actually, okay, actually this was the install my machine. After the installation, we have to import this. Okay, now we are going to create this object of this text splitter. Okay, recursive character splitter. And then we are going to provide the chunk size, guys. Okay, we are going to provide the chunk size. Okay, I'm going to provide this chunk size here. Let me remove this part. Okay, chunk size, let's suppose I'm going to provide as a 2000. Okay, you can change this. Okay, let's suppose what 2000 or 1000, that is fine. Okay, so, but we have to iterate this based upon this. Okay, so how do I going to select this chunk size? Okay, as if I don't know what is the chunk size. Okay, I don't know what is the chunk size, correct. So what I'll do, I will going to explore this document and I will see, right, observe this document. Okay, so here you can see, because here guys see, this is the one paragraph is there, introduction paragraph is this one. In the introduction, there is another paragraph background information. There is another paragraph is there, related policy, related form is there, right? So here what we'll do, so we have to split this document such a way that, let's suppose I'm going to split this document in the based upon the paragraph. If I'm able to split based upon the paragraph or based upon the headings, then I'm able to capture the semantic meaning, right? Let's suppose I'm able to capture this one paragraph. Okay, let's suppose this is the introduction. Okay, this is the one paragraph. So let's explore on this part. Okay, this is the one paragraph, guys. Okay, this is the one paragraph we have. Okay, so now you can see. So our objective is to capture the semantic meaning, guys. Okay, our objective to capture the semantic meaning. How to capture the semantic meaning? That is the question. Okay, now you can see this is the one paragraph is there. If you split based upon the one paragraph, okay, then we can able to capture the meaning, complete meaning, right? Let's suppose here is the we are going to provide this chunk size. Okay, for this paragraph we are providing some chunk size. Okay, let's suppose I'm going to provide this chunk size as 1000. Okay, in 1000 characters, guys. Okay, 1000 chunk size means this is the token, right? This one will be one character, then dot, the space will be counted, guys. Okay, so let's suppose I'm considering this is the 1000. Okay, inside this I'm getting as one chunk here. Okay, but let's suppose sometimes what will happen, guys. Okay, what will happen? So in that case, let's suppose some of the times this document will split it, the half of the documents. Okay, let's suppose this half of the documents is splitted into one chunk. Okay, one chunk like this. Okay, and half rest of the half of the document, let's suppose half of the document is split in another chunk, right? So this is the scenario. Okay, so this is the scenario. So what will happen in this scenario? So meaning, right? The meaning will capture one chunk having the half meaning and one of the other chunk having the half of the meaning of this complete paragraph. Okay, if you are providing this chunk size, okay, let's suppose we are providing some chunk size, it is not always be correct, guys. Okay, we have to experiment this. Okay, it should not be correct because some document have the different chunk size, different paragraph size. Okay, so it is a depend. We have to explore on this, we have to experiment this. Okay, these things. But as of now we can see we are providing this chunk size, okay, 500 characters, and this 500 character, first 500 character will be, okay, let's suppose here we have provided chunk size of 1000, and here we are going to provide the chunk size of 500. Okay, 500. Okay, in the 500, what happened actually? This, right? This half of the paragraph is split in the one chunk, and half of this paragraph is split in the another chunk. Okay, this is the chunk one. Okay, this is the chunk one, and this is the chunk two. Okay, so in that case, this particular meaning will not be captured, guys. Okay, if you see half of the meaning in the chunk one, half of the meaning in the chunk two. Okay, so that is the some difficulty we have. Okay, we have to solve this problem. Okay, because if you see in the chunk one, we are getting some of the right one sentence. Okay, half of the sentence or half of the paragraph, and half of the paragraph is getting the another chunk. Okay, so in that case, we are not able to capture the full paragraph here. Okay, our objective is to uh, capture the semantic meaning. How to capture the semantic meaning? So we have to capture the paragraph. Okay, based upon the split on the paragraph, or based split on the sentence, group of sentence, or based split on the sentence, or some of the group of words, so that we can capture the semantic meaning. But it is what is happening here. We are going to split this paragraph into the two different chunks. Okay, so in that case, it will this paragraph semantic meaning will not be captured. Okay, so in that case, what we'll do? So we are going to provide some chunk overlap, guys. Okay, in that case, we are going to provide the chunk overlap. Okay, chunk overlap. Okay, chunk overlap size we are going to provide. Let's suppose 200 characters. Okay, so let's suppose we have splitted this into the one chunk, and half of the right, you can see the half of the sentence is broken into these two lines, right? This one. Okay, so let me take this bigger paragraph so that, okay, so this information I will also take. Okay, this is the one paragraph. Let's suppose this is the another chunk. Okay, this is the another chunk we got here like this. Okay, so now you can see, so half of the paragraph, right? You can see here. Let me remove this part till this point. Okay, okay, half of the paragraph information is in this chunk one, and half of the sum of the information in the chunk two. Okay, so this is the scenario. So to avoid this, right? So we are providing this chunk overlap. Okay, what will happen? So let's suppose we have created one chunk. Okay, based upon some chunk size, and let's suppose we are going to create this chunk two. Okay, we are going to create the chunk sum two. But what we'll do? We are going to provide some chunk overlap of 200 characters, 300 characters, 400 characters, which is less than the original chunk size. Okay, let's suppose here is the half of information is getting, right? Half of the information here, and half of the information is here. But let's suppose I'm going to create this chunk to now. What I'll do, I'm going to take the previous 200 characters. Okay, so what is the benefit of this chunk overlap? Let's suppose here is the first character is there. Let's suppose I'm going back 200 characters like this point. Okay, so here, okay, let's suppose this is this. Okay, so now I'm going to go back 200 character back like this, and I'm going to start this new chunk with this 200 character also. Okay, so what is the benefit here? Let's suppose this paragraph, our objective is to split based upon the character. First of all, based on the paragraph. If this is not possible, if the chunk size is greater than, right, and this paragraph size is greater than chunk size, then we have to break this paragraph into the group of sentences, right? But sentences are still broken here, right? Still broken here. So in that case, this broken sentence we have to patch up. Okay, so how do we patch up? So we are going to patch up with the help of chunk overlap. So in the chunk, we are going to create this next chunk from this point also. Okay, but what we did, we have provided overlap of chunk size. Then it will take the previous 200 character, previous 300 character, previous 100 character, and it will going to add in the next chunk. So what is the benefit here? If you see here, this is the paragraph is right. First chunk is broken here like this. Okay, that is fine. But next paragraph it is broke. Start with the this half of the meaning, right? Half of the where we broken, right? It will capture this overlap of these characters in the next chunk also. So this how it will able to capture the semantic meaning. So that is the benefits of providing the chunk overlap. Okay, so chunk overlap. Let's suppose I'm providing the chunk size as a 1000. Then chunk overlap size we are providing. Okay, 200. Okay, 200. And then I'm going to remove this part. Okay. Okay. Then we are providing the separator, guys. Okay, separator. What is the benefit of separator? Providing the separator. Okay, so we are going to split based upon the first of all paragraph. Okay, how do you split based upon the paragraph? Backslash n, backslash n. Okay, this is the, it will first of all, it will try to split this document on the paragraph. Okay, what is the separator here? Backslash n, nothing but the paragraph. Then after the, let's suppose the paragraph size is right this greater than this chunk size. Then what is the next type? we are going to split. So we are going to split upon the new line. Okay, this is the backslash n is nothing but the new line. It will going to group up lines. Okay, let's suppose this is the paragraph is there. It is extended than this 1000 character chunk. Then what is our objective? So we have to go for this line, right? So we have to base upon this new line, right? So okay, this is the new line. Okay, this is the new line, group of new line till this chunk size is there. Okay, this is how it will going to come together this group of lines. Okay, and then let's suppose still this group of lines are more than right this chunk size. Then we are going to split based upon this full stop. Okay, we are going to base upon the full stop also, right? If there is a full stop is there. Okay, so let's suppose this is a document is there. Okay, chunk size is greater than, then we are going for this full stop here. Means complete sentence. Means first of all, we are trying to capture the complete paragraph. If the paragraph size is greater than this chunk size, then we are going to get this couple of sentences together. If the chunk of this group size is also greater, then we are going to break upon this. The dot means this one, right? So this is the complete sentence will be there, right? This complete sentence will be captured means with the full stop, right? So this is how we are going to recursively split this document. With the first is the paragraph, next is the group of sentences, and then third option is the only one sentence, full stop, and then we can go to provide the if the full stop is also there. Okay, let's suppose exceeded the character number of words in the greater than chunk size, then we are using the pace means group of words. Okay, the group of words means you can see here. Okay, the group of words means these are the pace separated, right? This pace are separated group of words, right? This word is separated group. So we are checking this group of words into that chunk size. Okay, so this how this is our recursive approach, guys. Okay, so that is the reason we are going to utilize this recursive character select feature. Based upon this, first of all, it will going to chunk upon this paragraph. If the paragraph size is greater than, it will going to group that group of sentences. If the group size is also greater than, it will going to split upon the new line. If the new line is also greater than this chunk size, okay, then we are going to use the full stop means complete sentence. Otherwise, we are going for this group of words here. Okay, space separated, or otherwise we are going to use the without anything, right? So this is how we are going to set up this recursive character splitter, and I am going to store as one of the variable as a text splitter. Okay, text splitter. I hope this is clear, guys. This point. Yes. Any question on this part? Okay, spelling mistake, I think. Separator. Okay, the init arbitrary unexpected separator. Okay, so let me check the spelling. Separator. Separators will be there. Okay, all right. Till this point, it's clear, guys. Yes. Any question? If you have any question, you can ask. Okay. No questions. Shall I proceed further? Yes. No, guys. I hope this part is clear, right? What is the we are going to chunk overlap size? Okay. So now what will do? So we are going to. Okay, great. So now we are going to the split. We are just initialize this splitter, guys. Okay. Now we are going to split this document. Okay, text splitter. Okay, text splitter dot split document. Okay, we are using the split in this document, and then we are passing the documents. Okay, so we are passing this document, and now we are going to store in the one of the variable. Okay, as a chunk. Okay, I'm going to store as a chunk variable. Let's see the length of these chunks. Okay, how many chunks we got? Okay, 46 chunks we got, right? So let's check this, right? Chunk. Okay, type of this chunk. It is a list, right? Now we can list. How do we access the list? By using the it's index, right? So let's suppose try this chunk one. Okay, in the chunk one, let me print out this. Okay, so we have printed this. Now you can see this is the chunk 0, guys. Okay, so in the chunk 0, we got this, right? This is the title and all this information, right? The chunk 0, we got this, all the titles approved by this one and content, some of the content, right? If you see approved by this committee, this is the chunk content, right? Till this point, right? The appendix 6. Okay, this point, we got this as one chunk. Okay, this one. Okay, this point. Okay, now let's check the another chunk. This is a chunk 0, chunk 1. There are the 46 chunk size. Okay, we have created. So this is the chunk 1. Okay, in the chunk one, what is happening? So you can see the page content is already in the chunk page two also there. You can see in the page two also there is this title is there. Okay, that is reason this information getting repeated. But now you can see this introduction and this information is getting in the chunk two. Okay, chunk one. Okay, till this point, right? Background information integrity like this. Okay, till this point. Likewise, you can go for the chunk two and check this how this chunk is getting created. Okay, this how we can check this. Okay, okay, and chunk two, the audit committee, right? The background information. Now you can see, guys. Okay, so we have split this chunk, right? Background information here, integrity action here, 30 September, right? This only we are getting this information. The chunk one, we are getting this information, this much information. Okay, but now this chunk two is will start from this point, right? But it is not starting from this point. What is the we have provided some overlap. Okay, we have provided some overlap so that it will capture 200 character back. Okay, it will go and capture the 200 character. Now you can see here. Okay, this chunk two is starting from this which part? The audit completely periodically background information, integrity action, and 30 September means this extra information, overlap information is getting there. Okay, it should actually start from this point now, but we have provided the overlap information. So that is the benefits, guys. Okay, you can see that is the benefits. So this is the overlap information we are getting the chunk two. Okay, in the chunk one, we got this information, this point. Okay, but this next chunk will be start from this point. Okay, but it will miss out in the next chunk, it will miss out this background information is there. Okay, and it is sub point of this background information. So we, for that purpose, what we did, so we have provided this overlap of chunk size so that it will carry this some previous information so that it can understand, right? I'm the sub part of this background information. Okay, that is the benefits of providing the overlap of chunking. Okay, so this how we can check this, right? The chunk one, chunk two, list of the chunks also. Okay, after the chunking, what is the next step, guys? Yes, anyone can tell me? Yes. After chunking, what is the next step? Go for the embeddings, right? We are going to set up this embedding and then we are going to create the vector store, right? So now you can see I'm going to initialize this embedding models. Okay, so embeddings models, let's try it out this. Open source embedding is also there, so sentence transformer, but I'm not going for that. Okay, let's go for this OpenAI embedding models. Okay, now you can see here there is a OpenAI text embedding model, large and small, three small and three large, and this is the ADA series. This ADA was the previous model, guys. Okay, ADA was the previous model, 2022 to 23. We most of the times we utilize this model, but as of now, this is the most capable embedding models. The small and large, we are going to utilize this large. Okay, so any questions? Can you show where the exactly the overlap chunks is we did? Okay, okay, I will repeat this. Okay, no worry. If you see here, okay, you can see here the chunk size I have provided 1000. So what it will do? So it will take up this 1000 characters. Okay, and it is the getting this 1000 character at this point. Okay, and this chunk two will be from this point now. Chunk two will be from this 1000 character, right? But here in between, right, this half of the information, right, this background information is getting into one chunk, which is breaking this information, right? So for that capture this, right, the for that purpose we have utilized this overlap of chunking size. Here you can see chunk overlaps. Are you able to get? Yes. So this is the chunk overlap size. We have initially provided the chunk size only, but to capture this breakdown information, right? So we have provided the chunk overlap size of 200 character, 100, 300. We have, this is not fixed, guys. Okay, this is not fixed. We have to try it out. Different option. I will change it to 2000, 1500. Okay, the chunk size 300, 500. Chunk size should be less than this chunk size. Okay, keep in mind. But we have to provide this option, right? We have to experiment this as per our document. Okay, this is not constant, we have to experiment this. Okay, as of now I just taken this 1200, but we, as per our document, as per the different document, we have to change this. Okay, so I hope now it's clear. Yeah, so we'll proceed further. Now what we'll do, guys, we are going to set up this embedding model, right? So now we are going to utilize this text embedding, right, from the OpenAI. So this is some cost is associated with this, guys. Okay, some cost is associated, means there is a very minimum cost. You can see $0.13 for this 1 million token to proceed, guys. Okay, so this is a text embedding large, most copyable embedding models for both English and non-English tasks. Embedded are numerical representation of text that can be used for the measure the readiness between the two pieces of text. The embeddings are useful for search, clustering, and recommendation, and anomaly detection and classification tasks. Okay, we can read about this. So this is the cost for this 1 million per 1 million tokens. Okay, and you can read about this also, right? So I'm going to utilize this model. Okay, for that purpose, I need to install this LangChain OpenAI. Okay, first of all, I'm going to install this. Pip install LangChain OpenAI. Okay, LangChain OpenAI. Okay, all right. Okay, then I'm going to import this. Okay, from LangChain. Okay, LangChain OpenAI. LangChain OpenAI. We are going to import this OpenAI embedding, right? OpenAI embeddings. Okay, we are going to import this OpenAI embeddings, and then guys, we are going to set up this OpenAI embedding equal to. Let me copy this OpenAI embeddings. Okay, and we are going to pass this model name, right? So we are going to pass the model name. Model equal to. Let me copy this. Okay, this text embedding 3 large model. Okay, so this is the model. I'm going to store in the one of the variable embedding. Embedding is equal to. Okay, this is the OpenAI embeddings, right? But whenever I try to execute, guys, it will throw an error. Okay, why? Because as of now, I not store this OpenAI key, right, in the environment. Okay, I need to store this OpenAI key in the environment. Okay, so what I'll do, I will going to create this OpenAI key. Okay, OpenAI key. Okay, let's go to this OpenAI platform. Okay, page not found. OpenAI. Okay, okay. Okay, so this is the API key. Okay, there is a API key option is there. Okay, let me check. OpenAI. It should be there actually. Why it is not getting there? Okay, create this OpenAI key. Okay, all right. So I will share this. Okay, link, guys. Okay, you can create your API keys here from this link. Okay, this is the OpenAI key. So I'm going to create this key. Okay, so this is the thing. Give the any name, that is fine. Okay, then by default this project, and let me, okay, this permission, all permission. Okay, I'm going to create this key. Okay, and just I'm going to copy, guys. Okay, once this key is created, now it will not show this again. Okay, won't able to view it again. So just copy this, and we have to store in this proper location. Okay, you can see here the secrets are there. Okay, here is the secrets are there. We can store in this add new key. We are going to paste here this key, and then I'm going to mention this is the okay OpenAI workshop, and give any name, that is fine, guys. Here I can give any name. Okay, now I am to set up this key here. Okay, I store this. Now I'm going to set up in the environment here. Okay, I need to give this name of this key. Okay, this is the key, and then I'm going to store this name as well, OpenAI API equal to this one. Okay, So this is how I'm going to load this key. Okay, just permission, grant this permission. You can access this key. Okay, you can access this key. You can see it is access this key. Now I'm going to set up in the environment, guys. Okay, I'm going to set up in the environment. Okay, let me close this. Okay, so how do I set up this environment? Import OS. Okay, then I'm going to store in the environment as a OS dot. Okay, OS dot environment. Okay, environment. But this name should be this OpenAI API keys, guys. Okay, this should be in capital. Okay, now you can see they have what is the error they have given. You should pass this right OpenAI API key in the environment. So I need to pass this key. Any name you can pass for this, right? You can while generating you can give any name. While storing this environment variable you can give the. But whenever you are storing the environment variable, now you should pass this OpenAI key. Okay, equal to this OpenAI key. So let me set up this key in the OpenAI. But now guys, see, whenever you are utilizing the OpenAI key, now there is a billing is associated. Initially, they have this free of cost. Okay, this key is free of cost, but this now they are not. These keys are not free of cost, guys. Okay, so now we have to set up this billing. Okay, so OpenAI billing. Okay, let's suppose go to the billing viewer page. Okay, so now you can see here, guys. Okay, this is I have added $5. Okay, and I am able to utilize this. Okay, so now we have to utilize this. You have to add this your credit information, guys. Okay, you can add at least $5. Okay, at least $5 to the $100. $100 you can pass. Okay, just I will record. Just add $5. That is sufficient, guys. Okay, and just provide the payment method and just continue. It will add this $5 amount and credit. You can use multiple times this key, guys. Okay, this how we can create this at this dollar price. $5 is required. Okay, to utilize this. This is not free of cost. Okay, so if you want to go with the Grok, you can go with the Grok or Gemini. That is fine, free of cost. You can utilize. Okay, some credits. But this OpenAI initially they in the 2020, 22, 22, 23 they have given free of cost. This some credits, but as of now they are not giving the free of cost. We have to purchase this. Okay, and then we can start utilizing. Okay, so I will provide this link also. If you don't want to go for this OpenAI, na, so you can go with the this Grok. You can go with this free right AWS Bedrock services, different LLM models. You can go with that, or you can go with the Gemini models, right? So you can go with this different options we have. If you don't want to spend this $5, also we can go with the open source, right? This some Grok Llama models, or you can say Gemini based different LLM models. You can go ahead and utilize that. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, so we are going to utilize this text embedding models. Okay, now I have set up this key, right? Now you can say I'm rerunning this. Okay, so now you can see it is executed successfully. Why? Because this model is having the cost is associated, guys. Okay, some cost is associated, but this is the very minimum cost. Okay, this is the very minimum cost. This model is associated for the creating this embeddings of this 1 million token for this $0.13. Okay, so now we have created this embedding models. Okay, we have created this embedding model. What is the next step, guys? We are going to create this database, right? So we are going to create the vector store, right? We are going to create the vector store. We are going to create this in memory. As of now, we are going to create this in memory database. Okay, later part, what will do? So we are going to create this some of the cloud-based database also, right? I will showcase how we can implement this ChromaDB 5s as of now. Okay, but later part we are going to implement this cloud-based database also. Okay, so I need to install this. Okay, next step is a setup. Okay, set up the database vector store. Okay, in the vector store we have the different option, right? In memory, we have this the 5s ChromaDB. Okay, ChromaDB. Then in memory is also there. One type is in memory. Then we have this the cloud base also, right? We have the cloud base In the cloud base, we have this Pinecone is there, right? Vivid, Melvase, then Azure, Cosmos DB is there. Okay, how do you check this vector storage? If you go to the GitHub now, this LangChain GitHub, just okay. If you go to the LangChain GitHub library, okay. So in the LangChain, this is the classic, right? The classic we have the vector stores, right? You can see here, vector stores are there. There are multiple vector stores, right? Go to the init, right? These are the different multiple vector store, right? The FIS is there. Then Astra DB, right? These are the different DB. Azure search is there. Azure Cosmos DB vector search is there. Okay, Deep Lake is there. Okay, so these are the different malwares, right? So these are the different Lance DBs there. PG vector is there. Pinecone is there. Quadrant is there. Okay, these are the list of vector database types. Okay, so we can try out these different databases. Okay, as of now we are going to utilize this one of them. Okay, so let me utilize this the FIS vector database. Okay. So let's suppose we are going to utilize this FIS vector database now. So let me check whether this FIS is there. Okay, you can see there is a FIS database. Okay. This is the FIS database. I'm going to import from this LangChain community. Okay, I'm going to import from the LangChain community. Okay, the LangChain community I installed already above, right? I'm going to import this. Okay, and now I need to install this FIS also, right? You can install this from the LangChain community, which is a wrapper, but we need to install this pip install FIS GPU or FIS CPU. We need to install this also. Okay, if you not install, then it will show an error. Okay, let's suppose I'm going ahead with directly FIS. Let's copy this dot from documents. Okay, from documents, we are going to create this, right? The vector store, right? So we are providing this documents equal to the chunks. Okay, we are providing the chunks here. What is the chunks? And then we are providing the embedding models, right? Embedding models. Okay, embeddings, this one. Embedding equal to this embeddings. This one. Okay. So let me write like this, separate. Okay, fine. So now what we did, guys, okay, we are using the FIS vector store. In the FIS vector store, what is this? So this is the chunk. Okay, what is the chunk we have created now? So this is the chunks we have created, right? You can see this is the chunks we have created, right? We have loaded this data. From loaded data, we have created chunks. These chunks and embedding models we have to pass at the same time, right? So this is the embedding models, and this is the chunks we are passing the same time to create this vector store. Okay, so I'm going to store as a vector store here, one variable, vector store. This. Okay, vector store. Okay, it will create this, set up this vector store, guys. Okay, but now you can say I told you, right? So we need to install this GPU or CPU, right? First of all, so we need to install this FIS CPU. Okay, because we are using the not GPU as of now, we are using the CPU. So that is the reason we are going to install this pip install FIS CPU. Okay, all right. Once this installation is done, let's retry. Okay, now you can see successfully done, right? This vector store is set up here. Okay, this vector store will be set up. Okay, but as of now, we are not given any path here. Okay, so this is in memory, in disk memory, it will capture. Okay, we can give the path here. It will going to store that. Okay, so now we have created this vector store. What is the next step, guys? Can anyone tell me now what is the next step after the vector store? Any idea? No one? Okay, all right. So we have to set up the retrieval now. If you see here, okay, we are going to create this vector. Then we have to set up the retrieval, right? We have vector store as a retrieval as of now based upon the similarity search or MMR, right? Based upon that, we are going to set up the retrieval so that what as per the user query, when you're going to hit this retrieval, going to fetch that context. Okay, so we are going to set up this retrieval. Okay, vector store as a retrieval we are going to set up. So any questions so far, guys? Anyone, any questions? Yes, no? No questions? All good? Okay, great. So now we will proceeding for this creation of this retrieval, guys. Okay, so we are going to create this retrieval. So we are going to create this retrieval by using this vector store as a retrieval. Okay, so this is the vector store. Okay, vector store dot as a retrieval. Okay, as a retrieval. And then we are going to pass here, guys, search type, right? So we know, right, there is a search type is there. Similarity search, or you can utilize this MMR, right? We can pass this MMR, marginal relevance, so I can pass the similarity search. It will going to, based upon the vector similarity, it will going to fetch the top 10 documents. Okay, top 3, top 5, top 10. By default, it is getting this top 4. Okay, but we are using the top 10 as of now. And I'm going to store in the one of the variable as a retriever. Okay, this is the retriever. Okay, we have set up this retriever. So now what is the next step, guys? Yes, we have set up this retriever, right? What is the next step? So we have to, right, we have to utilize this LLM model na, to invoke this. Okay, so now you can see I'm going to utilize this, this model. Okay, OpenAI model. So let me utilize this from LangChain. Okay, LangChain OpenAI. Okay, LangChain OpenAI. We are going to import this chart OpenAI. Okay, chart OpenAI. So now we are going to utilize the different LLM model, guys. Okay, so here are the multiple models, right? You can try the latest model. Okay, we can try out the latest model GPT 5.2 or GPT 5 mini or GPT 5 nano. Okay, we can try out the GPT different models here. Okay, you can see the 5.2 Pro is there also, nano is there, 4.1 is there. Okay, these are the very advanced model. Okay, this is the best for the coding and agentic tasks. Okay, this 5.2. Okay, this is the fastest model and cost effective model nano. Okay, and this is the Pro for this produce smart and more precise responses, guys. Okay, GPT 5.2, but this is the cost is very high. If you see the cost, this cost is associated. You can see input means for processing the 1 million token, we require this $21 price, and the output, right? So this is the input and this is the output. Processing the output 1 million token, where our cost is associated to $168. Okay, it is very costly, guys. It is very costly. This price is there. Okay, so if you go for the batch, right? Batch API, I am not confuse you. Okay, as of now, we are not going to batch API, but batch API is multiple question at the same time. Whenever I'm going to infer, it is going to have 50% off. Okay, for the batch API, right? Whenever you have the multiple questions, list of questions, we are going to hit in the batch. Then they are going the batch the 50% off. Okay, but as of now, we are not going to utilize this batch. Okay, later part I will showcase how you can utilize the batch also. Okay, but this is a very costly model. I will not suggest to go for this GPT 5.2 Pro model, guys, as of now, because very much cost associated. The speed is slowest, but reasoning is very faster. We don't require Disney model as of now, just we are a question answering now. So we can utilize this mini or nano model. Okay, so we can say fast and most coefficient, cost effective, right? So we are going to utilize this nano model. You can see the cost is very minimum, right? 0.05 input and 0.4 for the output for 1 million token. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to utilize this model. Okay. So here the chart OpenAI. Okay, I'm going to provide this model name. This is the model. Okay, this is the date the release of this model. Okay, this is the date of this release of model actually. Okay, this is the release in the month of July, right? July or August. And right, then we can provide the temperature. Okay, temperature value. Temperature. What is the meaning of temperature? Anyone knows? Yes. What is the meaning of temperature? Copy. Are you aware of this terminology? Yes, no? Okay. No one is aware of this. Okay, no worries. So guys, okay, temperature is nothing but the creativeness. Okay, it will give the creativeness or deterministic response. Okay, temperature is helpful for the creative or deterministic response. Okay, the top P is nothing but the all the right the community probability, right? Community probability nucleus sampling we can call is the okay. Later part I will explain these parameters also. What is the temperature? What is the top K? What is the top P temperature parameter? Just as of now, just understand. I will remove this top P. Okay, temperature nothing but the zero temperature means the more deterministic, and the temperature high means one towards the one means it is a more creative response. Okay, so we are providing the zero means more deterministic response. The max completion tokens. Okay, so we are expecting this response is the 1000 tokens only, right? This is the output. Okay, so this is how we are going to set up this model. Okay, I'm going to call as the LLM client. Okay, this is how we are going to set up this LLM client. Okay, all right. So now what is the next step, guys? Okay, what is the next step? So now we have to create this retrieval question answering chain, right? So we have to create this retrieval question answering chain. Okay. So how we can create this retrieval question answering chain? Let me go to this LangChain library. Okay, LangChain. Go to the LangChain. This is LangChain classic, and there is a chains, guys. Okay, different chains available here. You can see. Okay, different chains are available. Yeah, here. Okay, and here we are going to see a retrieval question answering chain. You can see here is the retrieval question answering chain is there. Okay, if you go to the retrieval question answering chain, go to the init. Okay, so they're not mentioned here. Okay, no worry. So this is the base. Let's go to the base, and now we are going to utilize this chain, guys. Okay, base retrieval chain, and we are utilizing this question answering chain. Okay, we are using the retrieval question answering chain. How do we import this from LangChain Classic? We are going to import this retrieval question answering chain. So let's paste this here. Okay, LangChain Classic dot chain. Okay, so here, guys, I have installed this package actually initially, but we have to install this package. Pip install LangChain Classic. Okay, LangChain Classic. Okay, okay. Sorry. Okay, pip install LangChain Classic. It will install this package. For me, it is already requirement satisfied. Okay, and then from the LangChain Classic, we are going to import this chain retrieval question answering chain. Okay, so now this chain is loaded, guys. Okay, so now we are going to set up this retrieval question answering chain. Okay, actually, I don't want create retrieval chains. I want the question answer retrieval chain. Let me see. Question answer retrieval question answer chain is there or not? Okay, this one. I want this retrieval question answering chain. Okay, so I'm going to install this. I'm going to utilize this LangChain Classic dot chains retrieval question answering chain. Okay, now I'm going to set up this chain. Okay, retrieval question answering chain. I'm going to set up. Okay, from LLM. Okay, from LLM, and then we are going to pass this LLM model here and retriever. Okay, so we are going to pass this LLM and retriever. Okay, so LLM equal to LLM model and retrieval equal to retrievals means this retrieve this the context, right? With the help of this user, whenever you're going to pass this user query to this retrieve question answer chain, it will going to retrieve that and will pass to the LLM. Okay, this is how we are going to set up this retrieve question answering chain, and I'm going to call this as a QA chain. Okay, question answering chain in one variable. Okay, this question answering chain is created. So now we can invoke this, right? We are going to invoke this, some of the, right? Let's suppose I'm asking this question answering chain dot invoke, dot invoke. Okay, in the invoke, I'm going to pass this. Okay, let's suppose I'm going to pass in the dictionary as a query. Okay, so I'm going to ask this. Okay, can you, what is the purpose of this document? Okay, this manual. I'm going to ask this question, and let's see whether it is able to, right? So this document is the integrate action financial related policy procedure that underpin the financial management system, ensuring this is the financial statement comfort the generally accepted accounting principle, etc. Safeguards. Okay, so whenever we are going to store in the one of the variable, now so we are able to read this easily. Okay, so let me store in the response equal to this one, and then I'm going to print the response here. Okay, so we are getting the response here. Okay, now you see in the response, guys, this is the query. We don't want this query, right? Already we have asked this. We want only result. Okay, what I'll do? Let me remove this part. I am going to paste here. Okay, response of this is the dictionary, right? This is the curly bracket means dictionary. We have this is the one key is the query, another is the result. Okay, so how do we access the dictionary? By its key, right? So we are providing this key as a result here. Now can see we got the response, right? This purpose of manual is this is the financial related policy and procedure document. Okay, it is given that response. Okay, so this how we are going to check this. Okay, let's suppose I'm going to ask this some of the more questions so that we can identify whether this retrieval question answering able to fetch this document correctly or not. So let me check this document where it is. Yeah, here. Yeah, this is the table data, right? So this is the text data is easily able to understand it. Okay, but now let's try to understand this tabular data, whether it is able to access or not. Okay, so I'm going to ask this question. What types of bank account? Okay, let's suppose we have the bank account. This is the main HSB Service Reserve, no NORAD, IEN, and SIDA. Okay, these are the types of accounts. We have this bank account. So let's try it out this query. So I'm going to ask this query. Okay, so here I'm going to ask what types of bank account. What types of bank accounts? So where it is? Bank account integrity action has been following bank accounts. Okay, so let me place here. Okay, okay, does integrity action offered or you can say maintained. Okay, so we can write like this. So let's ask this query and let's print this response. So it should able to capture this, right? These are the documents. It should be able to capture this. Okay, so HSBC main, reserve, NORAD, IEN, SIDA, right? So we are expecting this. So now you can see it is able to capture this, guys. Okay, you can see the main operating account is HSB main, right? HSB reserve, then HSB node, INA, SIDA, and this is the nodes, right? It is able to fetch this tabular data correctly. Okay, let's try it out the different documents also. Okay, let's try it out the different. Okay, so let's suppose I'm going to ask this question. Okay, these are the 3%, right? The current bank signatories. Okay, so let me ask this question. Okay, where it is? Yeah. Let's verify whether it is able to capture this information or not. So I'm going to ask this. Okay, who are the current bank? Okay, who are the current bank signatories? Okay, signatories. Okay, let's print this. Now, can see we are able to write the Jasmina, Hans, Sibon, Turner, and Gail Kithworth, right? So now you can see here in the document, yes, the Jasmina, Sibon, and Gail Kithworth, right? So this is the 3%, right? It is able to capture, right, this information clearly, right? No, this augment is there, no? We can see the retrieval, right? In the augmentation, what is happening here? We don't have to mention this augmentation directly, right? If there is augmentation is happening here, okay, means what is the context we are passing here, right? What is the context in the retrieval question answer chain, right? This is the retrieval, right? So this is the retrieval. So this is the right user question, right? We are asking this question, right? So we are hitting this question answering, we are passing this query. So we are passing this query to the retrieval. Retrieval fetch the context, and we are passing to the LLM. Okay, internally this augmentation is happening here. Okay, we don't have to create separately, right? When the user query is asking there, we are creating this embedding of internally. This create the embeddings of this user query. It will search, and this retrieval will get this context, and this context and user query will be there, right? We are augmenting, right, and we are passing to the LLM model, right? So this is the same thing is happening here. Okay, while we are creating this question answering chain now, so this LLM and retrieval we are passing, and we are hitting this question to the question answering chain, right? We are hitting this question, we are invoking this question answering chain by passing this user query, and this retrieval job is to fetch the context, and this retrieval context we are passing to the LLM model, right? This is how this is the retrieval augmentation generation is happening. Okay, got it? Okay, so now let's type up some more questions here. Okay, so let's type to the some more questions here. Okay, there is another table. Okay, so let's understand this table also, whether it is able to fetch this information or not. Okay, so what is this table? Obtain the quotes according to the following criteria. So action required minimum of this one quote for this dollar. Okay, so there is some dollar amount. Okay, not dollar, euro amount is there. Okay, and there is a minimum one quotation is required. So this is the amount in between this range. There is a minimum two return quotes will be required. So let's try this. Okay, whether this able to fetch this content or not. Okay, let's try it out. So obtain the quotes according to the following criteria. Okay, so let me write this question like this. Okay, so we are writing this question some different way. What are the quotation you what are the quotation? Okay, quotation required. Okay, quotation required based upon this purchase value. Okay, so what are the quotation required based upon the purchase value? Quotation requirement based on the purchase value. Okay, what are the quotation based upon the purchase value? Let's trigger this. We are expecting this answer, guys. Okay, we are expecting the minimum one quotation required for this euro amount 2,500 and under. Okay, so let's try it out this. So let's print this response. So now you can see, so right, less than 2,500 and under minimum one quotation is required. In between, right, in between this 2,500 and 7,500 minimum two quotation required. Let's verify this. Yes, 2,000 and 7,500 minimum two, and then three quotation will be written quotation required 7,000 to 15,000. Okay, 7,000 to 15,000. The minimum three quotation required, and greater than 15,000 euro, the format tender is required. Okay, format tender is required. Okay, the format tender is required, right? It is able to capture the stable data easily, guys. Okay, without any, right? So now you can see this is there. Okay, so now you can try out the different option, guys. Okay, you can try out the different questions here also, right? I have just shown the table data as well as the textual data. It is able to capture this. Okay, so this is how we are going to complete the exploration part, guys. Okay, so this is how we are going to complete the exploration part. Okay, so we have in this exploration part we have to try the different approaches. Okay, let's suppose this data is not able to fetch. Then in that case, what I'll do, I'm going to try out the different retrievals. Okay, I'm going to change the different chunking strategy, different loaders. I will going to change. Okay, then I verify, right, which one is working here. OpenAI embedding is working well or not. This LLM model is working or well or not. We are going to verify this, experiment this. Okay, then I'm going to write the source code, guys. Okay, now I'm going to write the source code. Okay, still this kernel is not connected. Let it be. So explanation part done, guys. Okay, as of now we completed this explanation part. It should be happen in this explanation notebook, but I will provide this notebook here itself. Okay, but now you can say I'm going to convert this explanation notebook into the source code, guys. Okay, so the explanation part is done. Okay, industry, whenever we are start on the any project, guys, so we have to create the notebook, explanation notebook. Then we have to experiment this different approaches, and then we have to convert into the source code. Okay, as of now, this is a completely empty, right? The source code is completely empty, but I'm going to write this code as a model, right? This is a .py file. Exploration purpose, we are using the IP and B. This is the interactive, right? This is the Exploration notebook is nothing but the interactive where you can understand, we can experiment the things. So that is the reason we are using the IP file. Okay, but whenever we have to in the industry, whenever we have to write the code, we have to write in the module fashion. Module is nothing but the .py file. Okay, .py file is nothing but the module. Okay, this is the module, and package is nothing but the whenever the .py file with the init file is there, then you can call this src is my package. Okay, src is my package. Why? Because this is the different models are present, multiple models are present, along with the init file is present. So then this is the source code as a call as a package. Okay, this is the models and package. Now we have to write the code in the function form. Okay, functional coding we have to write. So let me write this document loader. Okay, this part is clear, guys. This till this point. Any questions so far? If you have any questions, you can ask. Because I'm going to start the source code development, guys. Okay, source code development. What are the things we have explored? We have to just convert this source code into that. Okay, so we have to just convert into source code. Okay, now I'm going to write the source code based upon the exploration part. First is the document loader, right? First is the document loader. Now you can see I'm going to write the code in the document loader. How do I going to write this code? Okay, so let me go back in the exploration notebook. I'm going to create the source code now. So from the start, okay, where is the document loader? So we have installed this, right? PyPDF, PyMe PDFs. I'm going to import this and I'm going to store in the requirement.txt this package. Okay, I'm going to mention this PyPDF it is required. Okay, not in the next part. Okay, so we have imported this from the LangChain community, and this package also we have installed. So let me keep this in the requirement.txt file. Okay, this is the requirement.txt file. Then any other package. Okay, so we have imported this PyMe PDF. Okay, I'm going to copy and I'm going to go to the document loader. I'm going to paste here. Okay, I'm going to paste here from the LangChain community. I'm going to paste the document loader, PyMe PDF. Okay, I'm going to write this function, right? What is the function? This code is I have written. Just I'm going to write in the function form. Okay, this is the code what I have written here now. This load, this path, loader dot load. I'm going to write these lines in the function form. Okay, so define load document. I'm going to load document. Okay, and this one function is I'm going to return, and there I'm going to pass the path here, guys. Okay, I'm going to pass the path, and this is the code, guys. Okay, loader equal to PyMe PDF. Okay, we are passing this path. Okay, and then we are going to load this loader dot load, and then we are going to load this documents. Okay, this is how we are going to same code, guys. Okay, see here I have just passed the path. Okay, here I have hard coded, right? But this path we are going to take from this UI, right? So this path we are going to take from the Streamlit application UI. So that is the reason I have mentioned this path. I have not mentioned the hard coded as of now. Okay, and then I have just loader dot load and this document, right? So this is how just I have written this code. Okay, and this output of this function is nothing but the I'm going to return the document. Okay, same code, nothing but I written the only function form. Okay, I'm going to save this. Control yes, control save. Okay, this first part is done, guys. Okay, this first part is done. Now I'm going to write this second part. What is the second part? Yes, chunking, right? If you go to this document, right, after document, right, loading, what is the next step we have performed? So we have utilized the chunking. Where is the chunking, right? This is the splitter is required, right? LangChain text splitter is required. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste in the requirement.txt. Okay, I'm going to paste in the requirement.txt. Then after that, how do we import this from the LangChain text splitter? We have imported. Just go to the chunking.py file. We are going to import here. Okay, now we are going to write the code here. Okay, define chunk document. One function I'm going to write here. Okay, fine. So this is how we are going to write this. Okay, so here what we'll do? So we are providing some chunk size. Okay, this is the document. What is the document we have loaded from this document loader? We are going to pass this document loader here, and then we are going to provide the chunk size. Then we are providing the overlap of chunk size, and this is the right. This is the same thing. Whatever we did, right? Whatever we did here, just I have mentioned this the same thing in the function form, right? This is the same thing in the function form, and then you can say text splitter dot split the document, right? So same thing here also I did, and I'm going to return as a chunk as the output of this function. Okay, this part is clear. Yes, whatever the we are explored, guys, just we have to convert in the function form model file. Okay, so we have to convert in the function model form. This is the chunking. After the chunking, what is the next? Yes, anyone can tell me? Yes, anyone? Embeddings, right? You can see here, after chunking, what we have done, right? So you can see here, after chunking, we go for this LangChain OpenAI package. We need to install this LangChain OpenAI for the embedding purpose. I need to mention in the, go to this requirement.txt. I'm going to paste here. This is the package I will require. Okay, then you can see this is the, for this OpenAI embeddings. Okay, so let me go to this embedding.py file. I'm going to import this. Okay, and here I'm going to, what is the next step? I need to set up this key, guys. Okay, here in the Google Colab I have stored in the secrets, but there I need to store in the different way in the local file. Right here I have the .env file. Right, I'm going to store this .env file here. Okay, OpenAI key, open, yeah, API key. Okay, I'm going to store here API key. Okay, I'm going to paste here. I'm going to paste here the OpenAI key. Okay, so let me copy. So this is the API key we have stored here. This is the API key. Let me copy and I'm going to paste in this environment. Okay, so this is how I have pasted this key, OpenAI key. So now I'm going to load this, because whenever you are going to set up this, right, the OpenAI key, right? So we need to set up, we have to import here while creating the embedding, you know, right? While creating this embedding, we have to set up this, and we have to set up in the environment file. We have set up in this like way. But in this locally, whenever we are going to work in the locally now, so how do we store? So we have to load this from the .env, guys. Okay, from .env. Okay, .env. We have to load this .env, import OS, and load .env, right? So this is how locally, right? Whenever we have to load this environment from .env, so this is how we have to light in the load env. It will going to load this API key from this .env file. Okay, here in the different way, in the Google Colab, we have the different way like this way. But whenever you're in the VS Code, this is the way we have to write this code. Okay, for that purpose, guys, I need to install this Python, right? I need to install this python.env. Okay, so let me mention here python.env. This package will be required now. This package will be required to import this, right? In the embedding model, I'm going to, right, from .env, I'm going to load this, and I'm going to load this, means this API will be loaded here, guys. Okay, once this API is loaded, then I'm going to define one function here, get embeddings. Okay, get embedding. Okay, so we are going to write this. Okay, let me remove this, all these things. Okay, I'm going to return this. Okay, OpenAI embeddings. In the embeddings, I need to pass this, the model name, right? So what is the model name we have passed here? Let's check out. Okay, this is the model name. Okay, this is the model name. And then along with this, guys, we have to pass this OpenAI key, right? We have to pass this OpenAI key. Let me pass this OpenAI key equal to. Okay, OS dot get env. Then we are mentioning as a OpenAI key here. Okay, all right. So now you can see this how locally we have to set up this key, guys. Okay, in the right Google Colab we have setting with this environment key like this, but little difference in the VS Code, right? This how we have to use the load env, right? We have to use the load env. It will omit this all the keys, but which key we required? We require this OpenAI key, right? We are storing the .env file. Okay, so this how we are going to write this get embedding model, right? So I'm going to save this. Okay, after the embedding, what is the next step, guys? Can anyone tell me? After embedding, what is the next step? Yes, anyone? Vector store, no? Now, okay, see the files, right? We require to install this files CPU. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste in the requirement.txt, right? You can see here, I'm going to mention here the files CPU, and then this right files database. Let me copy and I'm going to the vector store. I'm going to import this files vector store, right? Like this. And then I'm going to write this code here. Same code I'm going to write. Okay. I'm going to paste here, but I'm writing this code in the function form. Okay, so define, create vector store. Okay, like this. Okay, I'm going to return this, right? Vector store equal to 5s from document. This is the chunk size. Okay, and we are providing this embeddings, right? Same thing. And then we are going to return this, right? So we are going to return this vector store. Okay, as an output, as a right? This is how we have created the vector store. Okay, this is how we have created the vector store. Then after this vector store, what is the next step, guys? Yes, anyone can tell me now? LLM, right? You can see the LLM models we required, right? So for that purpose, we need to install this LangChain OpenAI, right? So for that purpose, we need to install this LangChain OpenAI. Let me see whether I have imported this, install this LangChain OpenAI. Oh, okay, LangChain OpenAI is already installed there. Okay, mentioned there. No need to mention this again. Okay, now I'm going to get this LLM models. Okay, this I'm just copying here, and I'm going to paste in the LLM integration. I'm going to define this get LLM. Okay, get LLM. Then I'm going to return this. Okay, return this chart OpenAI. Okay, like this. Okay, I can mention like this, but I need to open here, right? OpenAI I need to import here now. So I'm going to import this. Take here. Okay, all right. Now, okay, from the LangChain OpenAI, we have to import this, right? Chart OpenAI, and OpenAI key will be required, guys. Okay, this OpenAI key will be required. So how do we get this OpenAI key? The same code we have to write, embedding model, whatever the code we have written, right? So this code we have to load this API key, right? And LM integration. Okay, so now we have to load this API key, right? From .in we are going to load, and this OS, right? OS dot get in it. This OpenAI key will be required here also, right? So there only one time is required, guys. Okay, once this OpenAI key set up here, now you can utilize in this anywhere in this notebook. But here you can see we have the different files. Here different models are there, now. So we have to install, we have to import in this model also, and this embedded model also we have to import and set up this key, right? Because these are the independent two models files are there, right? Not a separate. So this is how we are going to create this get LLM, right? In the get LLM, what will it? So we have written this chart OpenAI, right? In the chart OpenAI, we have provided the model, we have provided the temperature, max token, and OpenAI key, right? So this is how we have defined this LLM integration. Okay, after LLM integration, what is the next step, guys? Yes, can anyone tell me? Yes. And the document loader is done, chunking is done, embedding is done, right? Then vector store is also done, right? If you see here, vector store is done, LM integration is done, embedding is also done, document load is also done, and the chunking is also done, right? All only is remaining the rack pipeline. We are going to create the rack pipeline now. Okay, so now we are going to create this rack pipeline. So in the rack pipelines, what are the functions we require, guys? If you go to the rack pipeline, so LangChain classic is required, right? So I'm going to paste in the requirement.txt. I'm going to paste here LangChain classic. Okay, then we are going to use the question answer retrieval check. Okay, so we are going to utilize this. Go to the rack pipeline. We have mentioned this LangChain classic. Okay, this LangChain is classic is not installed, guys. Okay, first of all, we need to install this package because this package is not installed. How to install? So I will going to write in the readme file. Okay, install the package. Install dependency. Okay, install the dependency. In the dependency, what will do? So we are going to write this bash. Okay, pip install hyphen r requirement.txt. Okay, requirement.txt. So we have to write this command. Okay, so let me copy this command, and this is how it will going to install these packages, guys. Okay, one by one. Initially, right in the exploration part, we can install this one by one. But whenever you're writing this source code, now this is how we have to write this. Install this pip install hypermint hyphen r requirement.txt. It will install this package. As of now, you can see here we have the virtual environment, guys. In the virtual environment, there is library. You can see here is the library. In the library, as of now, we have only this pip package is there. There is nothing, right? There is nothing package installed. But now we are going to install this package. What happened? Okay, let me pip install. Install -r requirement dot. Okay, requirement txt. Okay, why it is not? Okay, let me save this. Actually, I not save this icon. Okay, now you can see it is installing this one by one. Okay, we have to save this. Okay, if you missed, if you write this, it will not going to install this, guys. We have to save this. Okay, now you can see in the library, guys. Okay, these are the all packages. What are the package? Initially, we have the only pip package was there, right? Pip manager was there, but now we have installed this, right? The PyMe PDF, LangChain community, TextPeter. We'll able to see this. You can see here all the packages, and it's LangChain Open is there, LangChain Classic is there, LangChain Community is there, right? LangChain OpenAI. Okay, these are the relevant package corresponding to this library. Okay, 5s. This how it will install these packages, right? So it got install these packages, guys. Okay, tick token. This is the required, right? Some of the package will not mention here, but some of the dependency will be there on these packages. Okay, it will going to download all the respective packages also, right? So this is how it install the packages in the library, right? Okay, see this is the files also, right? We have installed these files. Okay, and this other package also it is going to store in the library. Okay, library. So done, this package is done. Let me clear out this. Clear. Okay, so here this part is done, right? Requirement is done. So now the source code is done, guys. Okay, source code. Let me go to the source code. Now we are going to write the rack pipeline, right? So this is the LangChain classic. We are going to, let me save this. Okay, from LangChain classic. Whether you have mentioned this LangChain classic or not. LangChain classic is mentioned now. Okay, LangChain classic is there. Let me check in the environment library. LangChain classic is installed or not. Okay, LangChain classic is installed there. Okay, it is installed there. Okay, no worries. Okay, so let me write this. Okay, so now I'm going to write this code, guys. Okay, and then we are going to from source code from from SRC. Now you can see, guys, I'm going to import this one by one packages. Okay, from SRC, I'm going to from the document loader. This is the my model. Document loader is one model. .py file is we can call general model. From this document loader, we are going to load this load document. Okay, so I'm going to load this document. Okay, from the chunking. Okay, where is the chunking? Here. Okay, chunking is one model. From the chunking, we are going to import this chunk document. Right, this is the function we have written, right? So we are going to import here. Right, after that, what is the next step? From SRC embedding models, right? Vector store, we are going to use this create vector store, right? So this how we are going to utilize this all this, right? From the embeddings, if you go to the embedding, we are going to use the get embeddings, right? We are going to import this get embeddings. Then from a vector store, we are going to create vector store, right? This is how we are going to import here. And likewise, we are going to use the from SRC, we are use the LLM models, no? LLM is also there, no? This LLM integration dot LLM integration. We are going to utilize this get LLM. Okay, so this is how we are going to utilize this. Okay, so vector store also truncating document, we are all this are loaded right from this. Now I'm going to write one function build rack pipeline. Okay, rack question answering chain. Okay, build. So this right. So this is the pipeline we have built up, right? Question answering chain. Okay, this question answering chain, this retrieval question answering chain, right? So I'm going to build here as one function. So build rack chain. Okay, I'm going to mention as a in the rack pipeline. I'm going to mention this rack chain, and then I'm going to pass here the document file, right? I'm going to pass here. What happened? I'm going to pass here the document path. Okay, I'm going to pass the document path. Then I'm going to right. Let's suppose use prompt. Okay, whether we have to use the prompt. Okay, use prompt. Okay, let's suppose I'm going to provide one of the prompt here. Okay, whether I need to use. Let's suppose I'm going to call as a true. I'm going to add one prompt template also here, and then I'm going to use the k number of documents, right? How many documents we have written? 10 documents, right? So this is the function, guys. Okay, this is the function I'm going to write. Okay, we can write in the same line. Okay, let's suppose we can write in the single line, that is fine. Just comma separated like this. Okay, we can add the multiple lines. That is not an issue. Okay, single line also you can write, or you can write in the multiple lines. Okay, like this. This is the function. And I'm going to write here code, guys. Okay, first is, what is the first? Yes, what is the first? Load the document, right? The first operation is the load documents. Okay, so we are going to call this document loader, guys. Okay, so you can see we are going to create one chain, right? In that chain, we are going to create the pipeline. Where first is operation the load documents, second is the chunk, then third is the get embeddings, create vector store, then call this LLM, and then set up the question answering chain, right? This is the first step. The second step is nothing but the second step is the chunk the document. We are in the right. We are using the chunking of the documents. Chunks equal to chunks equal to, we are calling the chunk document, right? The chunk document function, and we are passing this documents here. Okay, documents we are going to pass like this. Okay, this is the documents. Okay, all right. So initially we are going to load this document, and then we are going to chunk document. This is the second step. What is the next step after chunking? Yes, so get the embedding model, right? So we are going to get the embedding models, right? This is how we are getting this embedding models. Okay, then fourth step is the get this vector store. Okay, we are going to create this vector store. Okay, and then we are next step is the the first step we will load the document, right? The second step is going to chunk. Then third step is going to create the embedding. Fourth step is going to set up this vector store. After the vector store, what is do? We are getting this LLM model, right? So I'm going to write this fifth step, get LLM. Okay, so this how this function we are loaded at, right? From the source code we are loaded document loader, we have loaded the document. From chunking we have loaded the chunking. From the embedding we have loaded the get embedding. Vector store we have to create this vector store, and LLM get the LLMs, right? So this how we are step by step we are written here, right? Or after this, what is the next step, guys? Create the question answering chain, right? So step 6, build this retrieval question answering chain. Okay, so I'm going to build this, right? Vector store as a retriever. We are passing the similarity search. In the search argument we are passing as a by default 10, right? Let's suppose search argument the k value. Okay, we are passing the k equal to k. K is already we have provided here. Okay, k equal to 10 value. Okay, so this is how we are going to set up this question answering chain. Okay, after this question answering chain, I'm going to create this rack chain. In the rack chain, okay, so let's suppose here, guys. Okay, we are going to utilize this. Okay, let me write this. Okay, this is the build question answering chain. We have created this. Okay, not chain. This is the just vector store, right, guys? Okay, we have the retriever. We have set up this retriever. Build this retriever, and now we are going to set up as a 7 pointer as a build the rack chain. Okay, so this is how we are going to build the rack chain. So now you can see, guys, here what I'll do. I'm going to use the one prompt. Okay, I'm going to use the one prompt template. Okay, so let's suppose if I'm going to pass this prompt template now. So let's suppose if I'm going to use the prompt. Okay, so I'm going to use the prompt. Then I'm going to use the prompt equal to. Okay, use prompt. The prompt equal to the prompt template. Okay, prompt template. I need to provide the prompt template. I need to import this prompt template first of all. Okay, so let me import this prompt template from the LangChain core. I need to import this prompt template from LangChain core. Okay, dot prompts. We are going to import this prompt template, and now I'm going to provide here use prompt equal to true. Okay, so I'm whether this if prompt equal to use the prompt is there, I'm going to use the prompt template. Okay, so now you can see your helpful assistant using the following piece of context to answer the question at the end. If you don't know the answer, just say you don't know the answer. Don't try to make up the answer. Okay, so we have provided this instruction to the LLM model, or you can customize this also, right? As per the requirement, you can customize this, right? So I'm going to write this information like this. You are the helpful assistants. Okay, let me change this some little bit. Okay, so I'm going to write here the prompt construction. So I'm going to mention as a your helpful assistance. Okay, you are a helpful assistance. Okay, you are helpful assistance. Okay, answering answering strictly from the document provided. Okay, so let's suppose I'm going to mention this. Okay, this is the instruction I'm going to provide, and some of the rules. Let's suppose I'm going to provide some rules here. Okay, rule is nothing but the use only the document. Okay, document content. Okay, document content. And if let's suppose I'm going to mention as if answer is not present. Okay, answer is not present. Okay, say not found. Okay, not found in the document. Okay, so like this we are just giving this instruction, okay, to the LLM, and then context equal to this context, right? You can see, so this context equal to this context, and then question equal to this question, right? So this is how we are going to provide context, right? This is the context, the user query, right? What is the user? We are getting the context, and this is the question we are going to pass to the LLM model through the prompt template, right? If you go back, and now you can see whenever we are getting this, right, the context and this query, we are going to make the prompt template. We are passing the LLM, right? So this is how we are going to create the prompt template, and then we are going to set up this, right? We are going to set up this retrieval question answering chain, right? Which is already we have set up here. Okay, this retrieval question answering chain we are going to pass here, right? So we are going to set up this retrieval question answering chain, and there we are going to mention here, right? The LLM equal to this LLM, retrieval equal to retrieval, and there is a chain type. Okay, this is a chain type. The stub, re-rank, map, reduce. These are the different types of chunk. The stub means what is the context we got, where as it is we are passing. Okay, this is the chain type. Okay, what is the context we are getting from the retrieval? We are going to pass as it is, whole context. Okay, not we are not using the map reduce, or not using the re-rank and all this. Okay, so we are just passing this as it is stuff, all this context retrieve. This is the chunk type is the stuff. Then retrieve equal to retrieval, and then we are using the return source document. Okay, return source document equal to false or true, and then how many argument we require, right? So I'm going to pass here the prompt. Okay, chain type equal to, okay, chain types equal to chain types keywords are equal to prompt. Okay, so this is the prompt I'm going to pass here, right? This is the prompt we have created, right? This prompt I'm going to pass here as a the chain type argument as a prompt here. Okay, and this LLM is there, retriever is there, and we are going to pass the prompt here also. Right? In the prompt, what we'll do, we are passing the question and answer. Okay, this is how we can set up whenever we want the template, prompt template. Whenever we don't want the prompt template now, what we'll do? So we are going to set up this simple prompt template. Let's suppose the question answering chain, retrieval dot question answering type. We are passing this LLM and retriever only. Okay, so I'm going to remove this rest of the things. Okay, what we did, right? What we did in the exploration part, we did these things, right? You can see. So we have passed this LLM and retriever only, right? This is how we can set up this question chain without prompt template. Okay, so this is how in the else part. Okay, I have written the without prompt template. But whenever I'm going to utilize the prompt template now, so this is how I can set up this question answering chain. Okay, this is how I'm going to set up. This is the two way. If we have given the right here the use prompt, by default it is a true. You can change this also, right? If you don't want to use the prompt template, then you can remove this prompt template and you can simply use this LLM retriever, what we did. But and addition part, what I did, I have added this prompt template here, right? So we are passing the context and question to the prompt, and we are passing to the LLM, right? This prompt. Okay, this is how we have set up this, and then we are going to return this chain. Okay, this is how we have created this question answering chain, guys. Okay, so this is how we have created this question answering chain. Any questions so far? Yes, no? Okay, so this is how we have built up source code, guys. Okay, in the source code, what we did, we have written this document loader. Then after this document loader, we have created the chunking. Okay, initially we have to did the exploration part. Exploration part, we have to set up this source code, guys. Okay, in the document loader will be there, the chunking strategy will be there, then embedding will be there. Then we are going to set up this vector store, then LLM integration. We are going to call this LLM model, and then we are going to set up this rack pipeline. Okay, we are going to set up this rack pipeline. This how. Now this source code is done. Exploration part is done. Source code is done. Okay, now we are going to write the front end application, guys. Okay, so this requirement is also done, right? So now you can see I'm going to update this readme file. Okay, here, okay, activate environment, install the dependency. Okay, before you install the dependency, I'm going to mention here. Okay, start exploration engine notebook dot ipomb. Okay, fine. Okay, after this, what is this? We are going to okay, install this requirement file, and then we are going to start building this, right? Source code, right? Source code building will be there, right? Source code building will be there. Okay, source code building will be there. So now we can see, guys. Okay, so source code building will be done, right? We are going to create these different files, right? Source code building. After the source code building, what we will do? We are going to create this app.py front end. This is the backend, right? Source code building is nothing but our backend, right? So this is the complete backend is done. Okay, backend is done. Now what we'll do? We are going to create the front end, right? So we are going to write this app.py file. Okay, so we are going to create this app.py file. It is a front end application, right? So we are going to create the okay front end. Okay, so this is the front end app.py file. Okay, so now we are going to write this app.py file here. Okay, in the app.py file, we are going to utilize Streamlit application, guys. Okay, we are going to utilize the Streamlit application for building. Okay, so now let me create this Streamlit application. Okay, in the Streamlit application, guys, what you'll do? Okay, this is the source code is done, right? In the source code, once the source code is done, now we have to write this app.py file. Okay, in the app.py file, we have to going to utilize the Streamlit application. So we have to install the Streamlit application also, right? So let me install this Streamlit application. I'm going to go to the requirement.py file. Here I need to mention this Streamlit. Okay, Streamlit. Let me save this, and then I'm going to mention pip install -r requirement.txt file. Okay, requirement.txt file. Okay, it will update this. Okay. Take time, some time. Okay, all right. So now it is installed. Now I'm going to write this app.py file. So now you can see import Streamlit. Okay, Streamlit as a st. Then import. Okay, import. Okay, the temp file will require. Okay, temp file I will going to extend this why we require. Okay, so now you can see, guys, we have to utilize this backend, right? In this application, we require this backend. Okay, what in the backend we are going to utilize this rack pipeline. Okay, in the backend we are going to utilize this rack pipeline from src dot rack pipeline. Okay, we are going to utilize the rack pipeline, and we are going to utilize the build rack chain. Okay, so only this build rack chain will be, this function will be required. Why? Because in the function we have, right, all this model we are going to import here, and we are going to set up this pipeline. Okay, load document, the chunking, then get appending, create vector store, get LLMs, right, retrievals, and this is how we are going to set up this question answering chain, right? So this things at the backend, this rack pipeline, we are going to call in this app.py file, right? This how, and now I'm going to write. Yes, any questions? Not able to see your screen. Is it true for this all? Yes, guys, are you able to see it? Let me reshare it. No worry. I'm able to see. Okay, okay. Now I reshared, guys. Okay. Now I hope it's you are able to see. Yeah. Okay, great, great. Okay, no worries, guys. Okay, so let me write this code again. Okay, so now I'm going to write this front end application, right? You can see the st dot. Okay, I'm going to set the page config. Okay, page config here, and I'm going to provide the compliance policy assistant chatbot. Okay, I'm going to set up. Now I'm going to run this. Okay, this is just a simple application. I'm going to write here. Okay, I'm going to run this. Let me clear out this. Okay, Streamlit. How do you run this Streamlit application? So we have to go and update here. Okay, so to run this Streamlit app, we are going to write this. Okay, bash command Streamlit run app.py file. Okay, so this is how we are going to write this command. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, Streamlit. Okay, I made mistake here. Streamlit. Okay, Streamlit. Copy this and let's run this. Okay, so now you can see it is going to execute. As of now, just I have nothing is written there. Okay, just I have just written something. Okay, one line. It is opening here, but it will not see anything, guys. Okay, it is open, but it is empty screen, right? Empty screen. But I'm going to update this now. Okay, I'm going to set up this st dot title. Okay, then I'm going to set up the title here. You are the rack powered. Okay, let me write like this. Rack powered. Okay, compliance chatbot, policy chatbot. Okay, I'm going to rerun this. Okay, now you can see this is the title is coming, right? Rack powered compliance policy chatbot. Okay, I'm going to further write. Okay, so I'm going to provide this option to upload the file, guys. Okay, I'm going to provide this option to upload file. File uploader is the option, guys. Okay, it is the file uploader. We are providing this option, right? It can upload this file. Okay, uploaded document. I'm going to save here. Now I'm going to rerun here. Now you can see we have provided this option to upload the file. Let's choose this file. Okay, so now I'm going to choose this file. This is the file I'm going to upload here. Now you can see this file is uploaded here, guys. Okay, but I have not provided any button, right, to load this, chunk it, embed this. I have not called this rack pipeline. Okay, just I have imported this rack pipeline, but I have not called this pipeline. Okay, as of now. Okay, I'm not imported. I'm not call this. And then I'm going to mention this use prompt. Okay, so I'm going to mention this use prompt. Yes, we are going to use the prompt. Okay, so what I'll do, so this, okay, let me provide this option in the sidebar, guys. Okay, this is the file uploader. What is the file uploader option I have provided? I'm going to provide this option in the sidebar. Okay, sidebar means, okay, what happened? Okay, st dot the sidebar. Okay, st dot sidebar dot file uploader. Let me change this. Okay, I'm going to rerun. Now you can see this option initially was here in the front, right? But now this I have given in the sidebar. Okay, now I'm given the sidebar. I'm going to, this is the document, right? This is how I have given the sidebar. You can collapse this also, right? Sidebar. Initially I have provided the main screen, but now I have provided the sidebar this option to upload this document. Okay, we can tweak this also as per the requirement. So now what I'll do, initially I just provide this type as a PDF. Later part we'll integrate docs, text, okay, other documents also. As of now, just I have integrated this PDF. Then after that, okay, I'm going to mention this whether we are going to use the prompt. Yes, we are going to use the prompt equal to st dot sidebar. Okay, so I'm going to mention here in the checkbox, I'm going to mention, okay, this is a strictly okay document only. This is the additional thing, guys. Okay, it is not required mandatory, but you can keep or you can remove that. Okay, okay, keep only. Okay, so let me write like this. I'm going to save this. Use prompt, rerun this. Now you can see the strict document only, right? Just I added some label here, nothing else. We can remove that also, not an issue. Okay, but now you can see I'm going to question answering chain, right? I'm going to set up this question answering chain equal to none as of now. Okay, now I'm going to, if the document is uploaded, okay, if the document is uploaded, okay, uploaded file, okay, if the uploaded file is there now, this is the option, right? If the uploaded file is there, okay, I'm going to check this condition. If the uploaded file is there, okay, sorry, then I'm going to, okay, I'm going to write a message here. Okay, I'm going to write a message. Okay, I'm going to utilize this download. Okay, this temporary file. Okay, then what is the temp file, guys? I'm going to download once this user is uploaded file now. I'm going to download in this directory. Okay, for that purpose, I'm going to write in the temp file. Okay, name temporary file as a. Then I'm going to delete this file. Okay, as a false. Suffice equal to .pdf as a temp file. Okay, I'm going to mention as a temp file. Then temp file dot write. Okay, I'm going to uploaded file dot read. I'm going to write in this locally. Okay, temp file path equal to, it's a temp file dot name. Okay, I'm what I'll do, whenever the file is uploaded, I'm going to read this file and I'm going to write here in this directory locally. Okay, for that purpose I have written this code. Then I'm going to write this success message, guys. Okay, I'm going to write this success message in the sidebar. Okay, this file is uploaded successfully. Okay, and this is how I'm going to write this message. Let me remove this part as of now. Now you can see, guys. Okay, I'm going to save this. I'm going to rerun this. Now you can see this file is uploaded successfully, right? Whenever I'm going to upload this file now, it will going to message, right? And it will going to load this file in this locally. Okay, you can see temp file is, it will, okay, let me see, let me rerun this. Okay, just we are read it. Okay, just we are read it. If you are not written anything as of now, just we are read it in the temporary file. Okay, and then we have stored in the success. This document is uploaded. Okay, once this document is uploaded, guys. Okay, what we'll do? So we are going to call this build drag chain, right? So once the document is uploaded, now we are going to call this build drag chain. Build drag chain. What will do? So this is the build drag chain we have imported from this source code, right? So what will do? So it will go into, okay, so it will going to load the document, then it will going to chunk, it will going to get embeddings, it will going to create vector store, it will going to call this LLM, set up the retrievals and create this question answering chain. Okay, this is how it will going to create the chain. Okay, so whenever I'm going to call in this application, right? So this is how it is going to create. But now guys, see, whenever I am uploading this document, same document again and again, okay, so it will process this again and again, this different, right? Again and again, it will going to set up load, it will going to chunk, it will going to set up this. Okay, so I don't want to repeat this. Okay, I'm going to, instead of writing these things, okay, I'm going to write one function here. I'm going to cache this. Okay, I'm going to cache this. Okay, load chain. Okay, instead of loading this chain again and again, what I'll do, I'm going to pass here the path. Okay, I'm going to pass the path here. Okay, in the path, what I'll do, I'm going to return this build question answering chain. Okay, instead of directly written, but here what is the benefit here? I'm going to cache this. Okay, means what is this resource we are going to utilize this? I'm going to cache this resource. Okay, st dot cache, st dot cache the resource. Okay, cache the resource. We are going to cache the resource. Okay, so whenever we are going to load this file again and again, this pipeline, instead of this loading this again and again pipeline, when you're passing this path, okay, what is the best solution? We are going to cache this in the memory, right? In the cache memory, we are going to load this chain. Okay, so it will not take much time to load, initialize vector stare, right? So that is the benefit of caching the resource. Okay, with the help of load chain. Okay, so now you can see. So we are going to use this. Okay, So we are using the load this chain. Okay, this is the function we have written, and this function we are going to call here, and we are passing this temporary file path, right? This is the temporary file path we have created. We are going to pass in this load question answering chain. Okay, and these other parameters are there, right, in the question answering chain, right? This is the document file path, use prompt, and the k parameter, right? So we are just loading this question answering chain. After this loading the question answering chain, what is the next step, guys? Okay, let's suppose I'm going to save this and go back and rerun this. Okay, now you can see this question answering chain is set up, guys. Okay, so there is some error is there. Okay, let me debug this error. What is this? Okay, expected string byte like object what a list. Okay, where it is getting this list. Okay, search separate text. Okay, text splitter, split dot text. Okay, separator. Okay, we are getting this in the text splitter. Okay, this issue text splitter get this cache value missing. Build this directory, loaded document loaded successfully. This split is successfully, but in the okay separator there is an issue in the split document. Okay, split. Let me go and check the split chunk or split document. Okay, chunky. Okay, split document. Actually, we need to do the split document. Actually, I okay. We see if you see in the right Excel explanation notebook, what we did, we mentioned the split document, not the split chunk. Okay, so here where it is, yeah, you can see the split the document, and there I mentioned the split the text. That is the reason we got this error. I'm going to debug this error. Okay, I'm going to mention here as a text splitter dot split the documents. Okay, and then I'm going to pass the document here. Okay, so that is fine. Let me save this. Let me go to the UI. Let me rerun this. Okay, now you can see this document is loaded successfully, and the question answering chain is created at the backend, guys. Okay, so this question answering chain is created at the backend. So now you can see this is the load question answering chain. So now I'm going to provide this option, guys. Okay, I'm going to provide this option for the user. Okay, I'm going to write this success message. Okay, this question answering chain is ready. Okay, this question answer is ready to answer your question. Okay, so this is the message I have provided. So now what I'll do, so this is the chain is set up, guys. Okay, means it is loaded this document, it is a right, it is created this chunking, it is created embedding, vector store, all this stuff is done. Okay, so now I'm going to provide this option for user to ask this question. Okay, for the user query. Okay, I'm provide this option. Okay, text input in this enter your question or ask your question. Okay, related to document. Okay, this time I'm doing this, provide this option. Okay, so now you can see there will be option here, guys. Okay, now you can see there is option here. We can ask this question. Let's suppose this is the question, but as of now I not provide any button here, right? Submit button. So I'm going to provide the submit button also. Right, you can see I'm going to provide the submit button. So here st dot button. Okay, get answer. I'm going to provide this. Okay, I'm going to mention the key also, right? I need to mention the key of this get answer. Okay, so this is how I'm going to mention the key. Okay, let me store in the some of the variable. Okay, I'm going to store in the one of the, let's suppose ask. Okay, ask. I'm going to store in the one of the question as a ask as a button. Let me save this. Let's run this. Now you can see there is a button, guys. Okay, there is a button, but I'm clicking on this button. Whether I'm getting any answer? No. Why? Because there is I'm not trigger this pipeline. This we have set up this question answering chain as of now. Okay, we have set up this question answering chain. When this uploaded file is there, we have set up this question answering chain. Means the document is loaded, chunked, and stored in the vector store as of now. But as of now, I not trigger this question answering chain, right? So I'm going to trigger this now. You can see if ask. Okay, we are going to ask. Okay, and there is another question. Okay, if the if uploaded file is not there. Okay, if not uploaded file. Okay, then we are going to provide this error. Okay, this please upload the file first. Okay, please upload the document first. We are going to mention there. Okay, there is another criteria we can mention here, elif. Okay, if the query is not there. Okay, then we are going to mention this. The queries, please enter the valid question. Okay, these things we have to, before asking this question, we have to right provide this error message. If the uploaded file is not there, we are providing this. We are giving the message, right? This upload the first file, and then let's suppose the query is not there. Okay, if the query is not there, we are mentioning that. Okay, instead of error, I'm going to mention as a warning here. Okay, warning will be best. Here also, I'm going to mention as a warning. Okay, I'm going to provide the warning to user, and in the else part, okay, in the else part, what will go? I'm going to trigger this. Okay, I'm going to st.spinner. Okay, I'm going to add the spinner. Spinner metal going to rotate, right? Get the answer, and then we are going to retrieve this, right? The question answering chain we have created here now. This question answering chain dot run, or you can say the run is not there as of now. We can use the invoke method. Guys. Okay, we are using the invoke method. Okay, we are going to invoke this user query. Okay, and then we are going to mark down. Okay, let me remove this part as of now. We don't require. Okay, so I'm going to save here. Let's rerun this. Okay, now get the answer. We're asked this question. Okay, now you can see it is generating answer, right? Okay, spinner we added, right? Getting the answer. We have mentioned here, right? You can see the spinner is added here. Spinner, and we are written this getting the answer. Okay, let's suppose I'm going to change this as a okay, searching relevant document and getting answer. Okay, likewise I'm writing here. Okay, now you see it has answer is we got the answer, guys. Okay, but what is the issue here? We are not written in the UI, right? This is the UI. Okay, we have just click on this, right? And then you can see it is searching the relevant document and getting the answer ready. Okay, but it is not showing the UI. Why? Because we are not written now. We are not written here. I'm going to write this now. Okay, st dot. I'm going to write this as a markdown or subheader. Okay, I'm going to mark down as an answer. I'm going to write as a result. Okay, in the result, I'm going to write as a result here. Okay, markdown means just a heading here we are providing, and then we are going to write this result. Okay, what is the result we got? We are going to print this result here in the UI. Right now, you can see I'm going to rerun this. Okay, get the answer. Okay, now you can see it is searching the relevant answer and getting the answer. Now it will go into markdown file. You can see the markdown file, it is there. The quotation required for the purchase file is there. This is the answer, right? Okay, so same thing, guys. Okay, whatever exploration we did, the same thing we are able to get it from the application, right? So we are able to successfully create this question answering chain through the Streamlit application. Okay, so let me add this some button here. Emoji DB. Let's go to the emoji DB. Okay, why it is like this? Okay, go to the emoji DB. Let me write like this. All right. Okay, this is the tick mark I'm going to utilize. I'm going to provide here instead of this. Okay, I'm going to provide like this. Let's rerun this. Okay, this tick mark will be there. Okay, get answer. Okay, now you can see this tick mark is there and we got the answer, right? This is how we can customize this. Okay, multiple way we can customize. We can just, I have shown the simple, guys. We can implement the FastAPI, Flask. Okay, implement this. Okay, there are multiple options we can implement. Okay, this is the simple UI I have just designed. Okay, so now any question, guys? I know it's too late. Okay, shall we stop here or continue? It's better to stop here, right? Actually, I want to showcase you the deployment part. Okay, I want to showcase the deployment part, but it is too late, guys. Okay, what I'll do, I will plan this. Okay, I will plan this in the next week. Okay, next week, Saturday, Sunday, I will plan for the deployment. Okay, is that fine? Or shall I do it now itself? It's too late. I know it will take half an hour. Okay, it will cross this right 11. It's too late for you guys. Okay, what do Next begin. Okay, all of you. Can I get this source code? Yes, yes, definitely. I will provide this link, guys. Okay, do not worry about this. I will provide this source code repo. Okay, I will going to push this code. Okay, I'm going to push this code in the GitHub. So let me push this code. Okay, so here I'm going to push this code. Let me clear it out. Okay, so I'm going to stop this application. Okay, I'm going to clear this. Okay, now I'm going to push this. Okay, how to push this? So let me write this. Okay, command here for git command. I'm going to write here git command also. Okay, git command. And in the git command, what is the first command, guys? We have to push this, right? We have to push code. Okay, first is the track, right? The track the changes. Okay, first of all, the track the changes. Okay, for the tracking the changes, what we'll do? We are going to utilize this command. Which command is right? Git add dot. Okay, so we are going to track these changes. Okay, so let me run this. Okay, so git status. First, we will check this git status. Okay, you can see this is the untracked file, guys. Okay, what is the files are there? Now, this is the untracked file. We have to track this file. What is the command? Git add dot. Okay, so I'm going to write this git add and dot. Okay, so now you can see this. Now I'm going to rerun this. Okay, git status. Okay, let me. Okay, cls clear this. Okay, now I'm going to write the same command git status. Now it should be track this file. Okay, see this is the track. The changes are committed, right? The changes to be committed means these files are tracked, means this is the modified, right? And we are able, this git has tracked this file. So now next command is the, okay, so next command is the, let me write here, this commit, right? The commit the changes. Okay, commit the changes. Okay, how to commit the changes? So we are going to write the command bash. Okay, git. Okay, git commit hyphen message, and we are going to provide this here meaningful message, right? We have to provide some meaningful message here as per the changes, right? Meaningful message we have to provide here as per the changes. We have to provide the meaningful message here. Okay, like this. And now let's go back, and then I'm going to commit out these changes. So let me clear out this. Okay, so I'm going to, here I'm going to write this. What is the git commit? Git commit hyphen yum, and then this is the message we have to write. So I have created source code and build app file, right? App file. So I'm going to write this. I'm going to commit this. Okay, now you can see this is the committed. This change is committed, guys. Okay. Okay, what happened? This committed changes is committed. Let me clear out this. CLS. Then let's check the status. Git status. Okay, this branch is ahead of this main branch is ahead, right? So I need to push this commit, right? So I'm going to push this. How do I push? Right. So need to push changes from local to origin, right? Origin means GitHub, right? In the origin. So how do I push? So there is a command. Okay, what is the command? Why it is happening like this? Okay, bash git git push. Okay, we have to push to origin. Okay, we have to push the origin from main branch. Okay, this is the local branch main. You can see here is the main branch, guys. You can see here is the main branch. I can create this new branch. Actually, in the practice, we are going to create this local new branch, feature branch, and from the feature branch, we have to push the changes, and we are going to create the pull request. Okay, so but as of now, I'm not going to that complex, but I generally write uh, taught like this. Okay, in the classes. Okay, but I can say the git push origin. I'm going to copy this. Okay, git push origin from the main branch. Okay, it is going to push these changes. Okay, now you can see it is going to push these changes. Okay, remote is rejected. Okay, main decline due to repository rule violation. Okay, so what is the violation here? Okay, OpenAI key is there. Okay, so what I'll do? Okay. So let me update this git ignore file. In the git ignore file, what I'll do? .env file. Okay, I don't want to push this .env file, so I'm going to upload this. Okay, so now I'm going to push this. Okay, again. Okay, decline this repository violation. What is this OpenAI key environment? I have changed this now. I have saved this now. Okay, I have saved this. I need to write modify this. I have to commit out again. Okay, git status. Okay, git status. This file is modified now, so I need to modify this. Okay, git add, right? So I need to add this command again. Git add dot, then git date and this commit. Okay, I need to commit out. Where is? Okay, git commit. I'm going to write the meaningful message here. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, I'm going to clear out this. Okay, clear out. Okay, so I'm going to git commit hyphen yum and then meaningful message updated git ignore. Okay, git ignore okay, updated git ignore file. Okay, so I'm going to commit out this. Okay, what is this? Most commonly commit is okay, git commit. Okay, some mistake is there. Commit hyphen yum message. Okay, what is happening here? Git commit. Okay, the commit message. I think I made mistake. Let me check. Okay, git commit. This right. Let me paste directly here. Okay, I'm going to write this here. Updated git ignore file. Okay, so this is how I'm going to commit out. Then after the commit, what is the next thing, guys? Yes, after the commit, we have to push this again, right? We have to push this main branch. So now you can see, okay, still it is decline this error, some reference this complaints. Okay, push some refer HTTP fail to push some reference. Okay, the compliance policy dot git some rule violation and decline due to the repository rule violation. Okay. Okay, I will check on this part, guys. Okay, no worries. What I'll do, I will check on this part. It will require some time to figure out this. Okay, I will check and I will post this. Okay, and you can find on the over the repository, guys. Okay, no worry. Yeah, git push right origin from the main. So I will push and right later part in the later week. What I'll do, guys, we are going to deploy this code. Okay, in the later week. Okay, we'll plan some one more sessions, and there we are going to deploy this code on the Azure cloud. Okay. So any questions so far, guys? Anyone? Any questions? Yes. I hope I understood right. What else we did. Also, can you please send the question answering? Yes, guys. Okay, I'm going to share this. Okay, I'm going to share this. Okay, this question answering, this project preparation, right? This project preparation, I will going to share this, right? This complete, right? So do not worry about this. Okay, so this is the repo. Okay, this is the repo. I will going to update here. Okay, where is the GitHub? Yeah, this is the compliance policy GitHub. I'm going to post here these changes, guys. Okay, I will going to post here changes. Okay, so any questions so far? And if possible, guys, okay, do join tomorrow. Okay, demo session is there. Okay, do join tomorrow demo sessions. Okay, So, right, this is the new batch we are going to start, right? Artificial intelligence. This is a 3-day demo session will be there, right? We'll understand how we can install the Python. We get understanding the AI in details, okay, from this very scratch. Okay, we are going to start in the tomorrow morning as per the IST 7:45 a.m. Okay, and if you go to the course content, right? If you see the course content, if you go to the here and find the course content link also, right? I have shared this right yesterday also. Just go through it, understand the course content, right? We are going to cover in from the very basics. And for that, right, you can see the previous batch also I have completed 3 to 4 batch here. Okay, and you can see what are the topics I am going to generally cover. Right here you can see the Python will be there. From this Python, then advanced Python will be there, pandas, numpy. Right, then we are going to cover the statistics. Then we are going to start the statistics. 1 week will be statistics will be there. Then we are going to cover this data science, right? Machine learning, supervised machine learning, regression, logistic regression, right? So these are the different algorithms. It's on the machine learning, right? We are going to cover KNN, decision tree, random forest, XGBoost, then NLP. Then after that machine learning, we are going to create the project, guys. Okay, hands-on project building will be there. Then we are going to start this machine learning, NLP. In the machine NLP also we are going to build on hands-on projects. Then after that we are going to start the deep learning, right? In the deep learning we are going to have this 1 to 2 week sessions. Okay, and then we are going to understand the transformer architecture, and then we are going to start with this LLM model, guys. Okay, generative AI. Okay, hands-on generative AI practice will be there. Lang chain framework, Lang graph we are going to understand. Okay, and then agent will be there, multi-agent AI system agentic, right? So this will be hands-on project will be there on the land graph, node edges, crew AI multi-agent framework will be there. The project will be there. Then Bedrock, AWS cloud, Azure cloud will be there, and the project explanation. Then MCP, right? Question answering. I will provide the all the question answering. How do I explain the project, right? In the interview. So all these things will be there in this course. Okay, so we are going to start this tomorrow. Okay, if you find, feel free. So do join tomorrow session, right? So it is a demo session, right? Tomorrow. Uh, Only readme file is added. Okay, no, I will going to add this, right? Other files also there. Okay, no worries. I'm going to add this other files also there. Okay, the source code is not committed in the repo. Okay, Nagaraju. Okay, see here, I'm going to add this, this file. Okay, there is some issue in the right commit. I will going to update this. No worry, you can find later. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So yeah, I wish you all the best. Have a great journey ahead. Okay, and I really appreciate your time to present here and start learning, right? Something new, right? I hope I contribute little bit, not much, but a little bit. But right, so I expected, guys. Okay, just follow the syllabus and you can start learning by yourself. You can go through the any course, guys. Okay, there are multiple course, multiple trainers available. You can explore this, right? And you can start the right learning these things, right? So I will wish you all the best, okay, for your learning journey. And if you any point of time, if you have any queries, I will take your doubts also, right, in the upcoming sessions also, right? So sometimes I miss out previous questions answer, right? But do not worry, I will take your question in the further sessions, right? So I will be connecting you if you have any doubt, we will connect, right? Okay, guys, great. So we'll stop here. Have a great day. Bye. Good night. Yeah, yeah, thank you.